Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry, are we live? I think I forgot to hit go live. Damn it. Okay, can everybody see and hear? Hello now for the final time, hopefully. Uh, sorry, I've never streamed a Discord call before, so. Sorry, let me grab the link as well so I can post that. God, all over the place. Just making sure everyone can hear. Hello? Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, sorry, we're live. My bad, technical issues, but yes, I'm here with Wes LeVo from LeVo Library, having an epic comic book Wednesday chat, which was created by Steve Donahue, and me and Wes met on Roy's server, so we just thought we would talk about comics. So again, sorry if you want to reintroduce yourself. Let me just post the link.
Yeah, I'm Wes, and me and Jesse met probably on Roy's Discord server. We just always talk books, and the last time we talked with each other, we realized that we both like comics as well. But I don't think I've ever posted anything about comics. Yeah, I really haven't posted anything at all. That's why Jesse was gracious enough to host the live stream, because at the last minute, YouTube let me know I didn't have enough subscribers to do a live stream.
Yeah, which I don't really understand that. Oh, book says hi, Wes.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, as he said, and yeah. As you were saying, like, you didn't even know that I liked comics, because I don't really talk about comics much on my channel, just because I haven't read a lot of comics in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while for me. I started reading them electronically when that became a thing. I work third shift right now, so every now and then, it'll be dead quiet. And, getting back from work or something, or have an idea about a thing. And with the archive now, like all the stuff that we weren't able to get because it wasn't near us or in front of us, it's out there now.
One of the benefits of the internet.
Yeah, every now and then I'm able to find French comic books and things and send them to my wife, because she speaks French. I don't.
Oh, cool.
It's whenever I run across something I can't read, I bet you like this, and I shoot it to her.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh, Plot Twist says, love the posters, Wes.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's for my wife as well.
And you're showing me, it's like a big banner, right?
Yeah, it's a banner. It's backwards on my screen.
Yeah, you can see it's like a huge banner of just all the different characters.
It's everybody from Age of Ultron.
Where'd she get it from?
She got it from the internet somewhere.
Oh, okay.
It came in the mail in a big tube. And so I had no idea what it was going to be, and I opened it up. I've always, like you noticed earlier, I've always liked that. The art style on there is unique, and the color schemes are kind of different too, like the color they put the Falcon.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Plot Twist is being funny. A Bruce banner? I'm sorry.
Is Bruce Banner up there? Yeah.
Making a joke.
No. I got something she'll like. This is one of the ones we brought, I think. Oh.
That's the perfect lead-in. You actually curated everything that you brought in today. So whatever you want to start with, I'll let you go first.
Well, I could start with that one. It's something I should have looked up ahead of time, because I'm not certain on the year. But there was a period when I was younger. A local comic shop that doesn't exist anymore had a giant section of long boxes, and pretty much everything over there was like $1 or $2 or 50 cents, depending on what condition it was in. And this, I think, is probably one of the $1.50 ones. But it was like a whole year where I was not obsessed, but I was really into the team up books from this era.
Oh, cool. Hulk and Submariner.
And yeah, I always really liked the Submariner. I think it's There's a delay on my end, and it's backwards.
That's all right. I can.
Already.
I'm looking at it on OBS and on my screen. We can see it.
Yeah. But yeah, so I have a few Submariner things, and I'm saving another one for later. We had talked about that book, the first Hulk book I ever got way back when.
Mm.
It's different, but I'll be putting that in its own thing. But yeah, I got a few of these. That's one, and that's back when. So it's the 40th issue of that when they were doing the team up books, and that one's from November, but it's 20 cents.
Mm.
Then I've got. I was able to go back and find this one. This is this one is one of the first comics I ever had.
Mm.
But it's also, let's see, this one's from, okay, so this one's newer. This one's from June of 1980.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that.
Oh yeah, Stingray. You were mentioning him.
Stingray and the Thing.
Cool.
And Stingray's an interesting character, and there's been more done with him in the time since I've had that book. But I just, I thought that I got that because I thought his costume was great.
Yeah, it looks cool.
And I had no idea, who that was, what that character was about. It's kind of like an Iron Man, underwater Iron Man type character.
Wow.
It's cool.
Yeah, it sounds cool. I'd never heard of him until you talked about it. So
I think they made him an Avenger or something at some point. I think he's in some superhero teams, and I've seen versions where the artwork was much newer than that. So I know they did more with that character that I don't have. But.
I'll have to look into him. Oh, Kindred's Garden says, stopped in to say hi. I'm wishing you and your mans well, but while I'm here real fast, I'll drop Wes a follow to help out. Gotta head back to work, but wanted to show support. Thank you very much, Kindred's. Appreciate it. Plot Twist says your Submariner comic is awesome.
Oh, well, I'll have to go dig up some of the other ones. And actually, I think I got another one here in the stack. I'm glad somebody else likes Submariner. I like Submariner. He's like Aquaman with an edge.
To be, I'm not like an expert when it comes to Marvel. I was more of a DC guy, but I like both. That's just kind of where my preference lies. So I don't know a lot of like the lore and stuff, but I like what I've seen of Namor.
Yeah, well, I don't, I don't know a lot of the lore either. Most of my stuff strictly came from. At one point in time, it was all about the art. So if something had a great cover or a certain artist, that'd be what I grabbed. And then other characters, I started like characters. Namor is kind of like an anti-hero. So I think and he's more of a, you and I, you like pulpy stuff, and Namor's kind of like a pulpy character.
Yeah, very. And Namor is like pretty old, isn't he? He's one of the earliest Marvel heroes, I believe.
I think he's originally from the 30s. He's definitely Golden Age roots. I don't have it with me, but they, I can't remember the year. At some point, they did a series of story. There was a storyline, and there's a overlap between him and the Black Panther.
Oh, cool.
I think that it was some kind of anniversary of the Namor character. So Marvel forced him into a bunch of different books. So I have it in my collection somewhere, but there's a Black Panther comic book, and it says Black Panther, but it's only Namor on the cover.
That's funny.
They were trying to push a bunch of Namor merchandise because, things about money.
Right. Actually, you were talking about sort of obscure characters. Let me reach into my long box down here. Hang on a sec. I should have pulled it closer to me. So I don't know I don't know how familiar you are with like DC and stuff, but I discovered this guy because he was in a TV show, one of the animated shows that I watched. This is Blue Devil.
You know, I haven't read any, but I have seen that character.
Yeah, I like I said, I think I first saw him. It was in Young Justice, I believe, the Young Justice cartoon. Because I didn't really like get into comics until like a little bit late. Like obviously, I loved like superhero stuff, and I watched all the animated shows and everything. But I didn't really start like reading comics till I was like in my 20s, so I missed out on a lot of stuff. But then because I was watching all these things, when they were coming out, Young Justice was like brand new at the time, and Blue Devil cameos in a few episodes, and he just had such an interesting look, and I was like, who is that guy? So I looked into him and I bought a bunch of the comics. He's like a special effects artist who, this is like a suit that he's wearing, and like through like some weird science-y magic bullshit, it basically gets like fused to his body, so he basically is that. He is a Blue Devil now. And there was some stuff like,
check some of those out.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting, and there was some stuff like later on where like he like became an actual devil through like some weird like pact with like a demon and some stuff like that, and yeah. He's an interesting character, and I really like I really like his look, So I like sort of demonic characters,
Yeah, you and I last time we were. I didn't bring one. I've got them up front of the reboot from the Demon. I just finished the original 16-issue run written by Jack Kirby.
Right.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, Etrigan. He's one of my favorite characters.
Oh man! And if anybody watching hasn't read those original 16 issues of the Demon by Kirby, they're great.
Yeah.
And I think they're all in trade.
Yeah, I believe so. I think they just released one.
And if anybody is a library user like I am, I want to say, I don't know if it's Libby. It's either Libby, Hoopla, or Cloud Library. Hoopla has a ton. It may be Hoopla Digital. You can access a ton of comics now for free through there.
Yeah.
And they'll send it to your computer, your tablet, or whatever.
I know
comics are in libraries and hard copy now.
Yeah, it's awesome. Actually, when I was getting back into comics, like I was actually reading a lot of comics from the library, like trades and stuff. Actually, you mentioned Etrigan. I actually have a whole box just of him. Let me grab it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mentioned he was my favorite character. I've got a whole box just for him. So.
Oh wow. Life goals right there.
I don't have like everything, but like because I was on back in the day. Because again, I discovered Etrigan through the animated stuff because he was in like Justice League and stuff like that, and I just thought he was so cool. Like I love like demonic characters, and I love that he was kind of an anti-hero and like the weird like speaking in rhyme. It's just very strange and like imaginative, and that's one of the things I like about comics. So I was like on, I think it was Comic Vine, and I was just like looking up like every like major appearance, and I was like, I had like a list, and I was trying to find everything. So I've got like a lot of random ones, like this Action Comics where he teams up with Superman and stuff.
I may have that one.
Yeah.
I may have that. I should have listened to my wife and brought my long box up there, but I figured that I said, no, I don't think Jesse want me digging around the entire video, obsessing.
And this is a more recent Action Comics with Superman and Etrigan. I think this was like, it's like a Christmas special as well. I haven't actually read this one, but
well, that's about right. A demonic Christmas special.
Yeah. Kind of a Krampus vibe. Yeah, and I've just I've got like this all the issues of this. I don't know if I have all the issues. Maybe. Actually, yeah, because I've got a good chunk.
You might. The 90s, I think it was 90s or late 80s, they were good. There were a few of them that kind of had that LeVo feel to it. It was around the same time.
I've got a lot of, it's this John Byrne series called Blood of the Demon. I've got 17 issues. I don't know if that's the whole series. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, I've got quite a few of those. You can. Whoop.
Oh man.
And yeah, like I've got like a Brave and the Bold here with Batman, you know.
You got some great stuff.
Yeah, honestly, like I say, I haven't actually read comics in a long time, so I haven't. I need to actually like go through some of these, but I actually have a few of the original Jack Kirby ones. In fact, I think this is I have the first issue actually. I totally forgot.
Oh man, that's awesome, and that's a good book too.
Yeah,
Like the
I don't.
art's great, but the stories in them are actually good as well.
Yeah, I don't know if these are like first printings or whatever, but they still have the price tags on them. They only cost $10, which seems kind of low for a comic like this. But yeah, this is the
They
original.
bought them before they started gouging
Yeah,
everybody.
but yeah, this is the for those who don't know, this is the original Jack Kirby demon. He was a demon who was bonded to a knight of the Round Table as punishment by Merlin, and you know he speaks in rhyme and stuff like that, and he's very weird. It's just very weird and bizarre, like a lot of Jack Kirby comics are. And he fought a lot of people like Clarion the Witch Boy and stuff like that. I think I have the I have a bunch of okay, so I have number 1 and 2 and 16. There's number 2. I just love his look, you know, just the yellow skin and like the red you know costume and the big flowing black cape, and it's always like all torn up. You know, I just thought he looked so cool.
It's got an interesting backstory.
Mm.
How it came about. I read in an article by Evanier, who was his assistant, who also wrote an awesome biography. It's got a ton of his art in it. I think it's called The King of Comics.
Mm.
Um, that was when Jack Kirby was with DC, and that was when he was really focused on creating the New Gods and the Forever People books. And DC, I think Marvel had put something out that was kind of in that spooky genre. Like it was a thing that year, and they were like, we don't have anything really out yet to kind of compete with this. So they asked Kirby to come up with something, and he did like a one-pager, and you know came up with something and wrote it and turned it in, and the whole editorial staff went crazy over it. So they had him do one book, and then that first book sold really well. So then they paused everything he wanted to focus on, and ended up having to make 16 issues of the Demon. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Prince Valiant. Anybody?
Yeah.
Old comic strips.
I was actually about to bring this up.
Oh, you got it. Go ahead then. Take
well, well, I don't mean to interrupt, but you know, but yeah, the design for Etrigan with you know like the gills coming out of the side of the head and stuff. Let me find an example here. Yeah, there you go.
You got one on you?
I know, but you know, just so people can see, you know, with the gills coming out of the side of the head and that type of thing. That actually came from a Prince Valiant comic where Prince Valiant like disguises himself as like a demon. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I just like I said, I love like Jack Kirby's stuff, especially because it's just so bizarre and like imaginative, and like just you get the feeling that like anything can happen, you know.
I love the way he draws fire and everything. Stuff that's supposed to be metallic. It's not metallic. It's Jack Kirby's version. Like everything has like a cosmic look to it.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Silver Surfer and Galactus. And the way you see certain shapes, and you can automatically, in your brain, it goes, that's either somebody copying Jack Kirby or that is a Jack Kirby background.
Right. Let me catch up with chat. Plot Twist says, I always liked the more fantasy/magic heroes. Yeah, I always liked sort of the I guess you'd call it like the weird side of like, you know, DC especially. I love like Spectre and all that. Book says I was able to read most of Invincible on Hoopla. It does have a decent collection. Yeah, I meant to say I knew you were reading that on there. And she says, I just checked. Hoopla has the complete collection of the Astounding Wolfman. I'll have to check. I've read a bit of that, but yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I've been needing to read, what is it? Tomb of Dracula for a long time now. And some of those like old, I think Michael K. Mon put it in one of his recent videos that they're doing the DC's Finest now, which is their version of the Essentials.
Right.
And we've been waiting for them to do that for decades now. I think they have one that's got all the old like House of Mystery, and
Oh, sweet.
they may have done one of the Spectre. I think the Spectre has one now, and that's a really interesting character that not a lot of people know about. He's the wrath of God.
Yeah,
That's a hell of a superpower.
and yeah, that's the thing. And actually, since you brought up Spectre, I have some Spectre trades I can pull out. Whoop. Sorry, my headphones came unplugged. Oh, there they are.
Oh, there it is. Hey, I could have just held this up. This was what I was going to show.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
This is a book, but it's I knew somebody that it's Hand of Fire by Charles Hatfield. I think this was put out by University Press. I got this because a guy came into my store, first job I ever had. And he was wearing a T-shirt that had this cover on the front.
That's awesome.
And I was like, what? Where did you get that shirt? And he was one of the bigwigs for University Press.
Oh, sweet.
And he's like, oh, you're interested in that? I may have one at the house. And he comes back the next week and gives me this book.
Oh, that's sweet.
Which I've seen, I have comic friends that are like really into this. And they're like, where did you get that from? Like, I don't even know. This may not even be, this could be almost one of the galleys or like the very first print. And I kept it in really great shape. But this is like an academic study of the work of Jack Kirby. So it's a dense read, but that was what I was trying to describe the way he does fire and stuff.
Yeah. All the the Kirby crackle and that type of thing.
Yeah, I just love it. And I love it when it's like the same thing, but they just ink it a different color.
Yeah.
Like it can be the same thing. It'll be purple, orange, or green.
Yeah, I love his art, man. It's like just so crazy and colorful, and yeah. You talked about Spectre, and I have these trades of the '90s comic.
Oh wow!
Because I was collecting these for a while, but then because as soon as I started collecting it, then they put the trades out. So I have volumes 1 and 2. Yeah, again, for those of you who don't know, I mean, like Wes said, Spectre is basically, the vengeance, God's vengeance in, sort of superhero form. He's always like punishing the, villains in like really sort of ironic, very like horrible ways. Especially like in the '70s comics where like they always had like these really gruesome like ironic deaths where like they'd get like turned into wax and like melted or like set on turned into like a tree and like set on fire and stuff like that. He's a very like brutal, like ruthless superhero,
Yeah, they changed him a bit. I think it was I got it in the other room too. He started out in All Star Comics, which became Justice Society of America, and but they did a lot more with him when they got to that book. Yeah, that very first iteration, like All Star Comics, that's if you ever seen the Watchmen and everything. That's exactly what those heroes looked like in that era. And they did some with some of them and didn't do things with others. Malibu took a lot of those and ended up in public domain and created something they called the Genesis universe.
Oh, that's cool.
No, those books are great. I've read a bunch of them, not quite finished with it. But then they stopped it and killed it to create the Ultraverse, which is also great. But if you like you would probably like a character that was in that Gravestone. I don't have any hard copies of that, but yeah, that'd be right if you had the Gravestone character. Some of the others.
I know a little bit about the Ultra Force, but not like like there's the old cartoon that used to be on back in like the '90s, and
yeah,
Like I know a tiny bit, but I haven't actually read. I think Aaron's actually read a few of the Malibu stuff. He really likes Prime, I think he's called, which is like the Captain
Yeah,
Marvel Shazam type character. But yeah, I don't know a
yeah,
lot of the actual like lore or the characters and stuff. I'll have to look into it, but they're kind of hard to find these days, from what I've seen.
they are. There's one thing that a lot of people, including me, disliked about Marvel.
Hmm.
Um, Malibu at the time had a process that they had developed with, I think, Adobe,
Hmm.
and it was a like a colorization process that
Hmm.
was state of the art. And so Marvel bought them basically just to get a hold of that.
Right.
And then they did crossover books with the main. So like Prime, I think did like a couple of issues, and they just put them in like maybe with Spider-Man or something like that for an issue or two.
Hmm.
And then they just permanently shelved all the characters
Yeah.
from the Ultraverse and haven't done anything with them.
Yeah, Aaron has complained about that to me a lot because yeah, he used to read them back in the day, and he was always telling me like, "Oh, it's so annoying. Like, I wish they would do something with them," you know.
Yeah, it kind of got them stuck in limbo. And you would like what they did with Nightman, like I don't know how many issues they made total of that. And then it was one of those TV shows when we were a kid that made a live action.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I didn't know that was based on a
I think
comic.
yeah, that's from the Ultraverse, and
Oh.
the same event that created Nightman created like all the other people.
Oh, okay,
And like
cool.
Ultra Force was a version, like I mean a team, and at some point I don't know after how many issues, but they gave Nightman um, like Celtic magical powers or something like that, and they were just getting all that going, and then Marvel bought them.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
So it was
frustrating.
like right there. And
Hmm.
then Prime was really interesting too. It was Prime was kind of like Shazam. It's like a young, I want to say like 13 or 14-year old, and the somehow he's able to his superhuman form is actually a exoskeleton,
Hmm.
and then when he comes out of it, it turns to like green ooze. But it's like a little boy in a suit, basically.
Hmm.
And so he's got these superhuman strength and all these powers and everything, with the mind of a boy.
Right.
And I think they mapped all that out in the Ultra Force animated series. Um, I think it's on the archive now too. So if
Okay,
anybody's
I'll have to look
interested in
into
checking
that.
any of that out, I think it's on the archive now for free.
Oh, sorry. Oh, JP just says hello. Yeah, hello. Good to see you, JP. He says, good to see you live. What's up? What's the topic? Just here with Wes LeVo talking about comics, just sort of chatting about our history with them and some obscure favorites and that kind of thing. So we were just talking about Ultra Force.
Yeah.
And actually, you mentioned Shazam, and that's another segue. I was holding this up earlier. I have this DC showcase of Shazam.
A great cover.
Yeah, I actually have quite a few Shazam comics. I think I have a bunch of The Power of Shazam and a few other like I think single issues here and there. But yeah, he's another one of my favorites. Captain Marvel, but they don't call him that anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shazam, yeah, like he said, he's the earlier version of Prime, essentially. He's a little kid who can turn into this superhero just by shouting the magic word Shazam.
Yeah.
And yeah, the comics again, like one of the things I love about like superhero comics, especially like older ones, is just how like strange and like surreal they are. Like, and in like early Captain Marvel, like he's like meeting like women on the moon, and he's like fighting dragons and like all kinds of like crazy stuff, and I just love that.
Yeah. You can find a lot of that type stuff. I love that as well on the Digital Comics Museum
Oh, okay.
website. It's got a ton of Golden Age stuff on there. I think they may have taken some things that there may be like a super early Captain Marvel on there, but it's got like a lot of the Fawcett and
Okay, sweet.
a Golden Key and stuff, and then other smaller, even like tiny printers we don't know about it from Canada.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Heroes like I think it was the Green Turtle, all kinds of cool stuff on there, and then all the pre-code stuff.
Sweet.
There's one, I don't think it's on there, but you may have already seen it. But at some point, they made like a Shazam family.
Hmm. Yeah,
That
there's
was
like
like
Captain
totally
Marvel
bizarre.
Jr. and like Mary Marvel and all that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
those
to
books are kind of surreal.
just so people can see, see, little kid says the magic word and he becomes Shazam. Well, Captain Marvel, but
Yeah.
For those who don't know, there was a whole legal thing where Captain Marvel was originally in the '40s by Fawcett Comics. Then that went under, and then Marvel bought the rights, and then they had their own Captain Marvel. So then when DC brought Captain Marvel back in the '70s, they were like, "Oh well, you can use the name Captain Marvel in the book, but you can't call him that on the cover." So that's why they just called it Shazam. And then with the New 52, they just started calling him Shazam. So
Yeah, and they made, I think it's two movies out of that. I don't know if they were going to make a third one. Um, I enjoyed them for what they were.
I haven't seen the second one, but I enjoyed the first one a lot.
I was hoping they were going to do more with, because I love Golden Age characters so much. The JSA, I was hoping that the Black Adam was going to be like the first one and something they were going to.
Yeah, me and Aaron were really excited because they had that Mr. Mind cameo at the very end, and we were like, oh, with Mr. Mind, like, yes, we're so excited, and then he doesn't really show up or do anything in the sequel, as far as I've heard, anyway. So
I just thought it was funny because, I don't have it on here. There's another character that I love that's real similar to Black Adam. There was a character back Golden Age called the Black Terror.
Mm-hmm.
Who's actually, there's a YouTube channel called FizzFop, FIZZFOP. He's created a lot of things. They're like the histories of some of these Golden Age comics that we enjoy. I think he's probably done one on the Black Terror. Really, really interesting stuff. He's got like a skull and crossbones on his chest, and he's, super everything, his powers.
Never heard of that.
Like the original Black Adam, kind of looked like Namor in a black suit.
Right.
Looked like Namor in a black suit. And then it's like, that's The Rock, who I watched, when I was a wrestling fan, when I was a little boy. Like,
right.
He could not be more waspy in the comics, and then he's Samoan in the movies.
He does look a lot like Black Adam,
I mean, he's got Black Adam's physicality down, right, for sure. I think even more so. I don't think Black Adam was that jacked in the books.
Right. But he was doing stuff like, flinging people across, like, huge distances and stuff. JP asked, what is your fave comic movie regarding representation and faithfulness to comic canon? That's a good question. To be honest, I don't really get, like, bent out of shape about, like, canon very much, because there's so many different, like, continuities,
It's hard, dude. What's his? I can't see the chat where I'm at.
Yeah. Do you have any opinions on that? Because that's the thing, because I think back to a lot of my favorite, like, comic movies. Like, I love, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, because I grew up with that. But it's like, they're not, like, super faithful to the comics. He's got the organic web shooters and all that, Yeah. But I still love him, so...
I do love him, because it's Sam Raimi. Like, there's that quality to him. And then I think Tobey Maguire did a great job.
Yeah.
Spider-Man. I think, all of them done great in their own way. Different actors they've had playing.
Yeah,
I always go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like the movies may have been like up and down in quality, but I was always like satisfied with the actors,
Yeah, like I love Marissa Tomei, but I was very surprised when they how on earth is Marissa Tomei Aunt May? There's nothing little old lady about Marissa Tomei.
I mean, I get it. Like, they make that joke about it. It's like, like, I'm an aunt, not a grandma, like,
yeah.
But I do love sort of the classic, Aunt May.
That's a great question, though, because I don't know if, like, any of the movies I like, if they were even accurate.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing. Like, every movie's, like, adapted the canon in, like, different ways, so...
I'll tell you, though, Probably my favorite superhero movies, though, are the ones that are from the animated universe.
Oh yeah,
What got me into comics was
yeah.
the early '90s Batman.
Oh hell yeah! I could talk about the DC animated stuff for
Yeah,
ages.
and so if those count, probably those, like most of those.
Mm.
I don't have it here with me, but I have the comic book uh, version of Mask of the Phantasm.
Oh
That was
sweet,
such a big deal for me when I was younger.
that's awesome.
Um, yeah, and I was a grown man. And I went and found it, and I was like, "This is a thing," and I bought it immediately. And, for like $2 or $3, whatever it was.
Hmm.
Man, I'm trying to think of the live action ones. Which one's most comic accurate? I can even tell you which one's the most comic. I've seen so many now,
Yeah.
and I'm not a super expert.
Yeah, neither am I.
Um, I don't know. Did he ever say which one's his favorite? He could inform us.
Yeah, no, but he did say you mentioned the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies being your fave. Does that include emo Spider-Man? Okay, well, it fell off a little bit with Spider-Man 3, but I've actually been thinking about rewatching it because a lot of people have kind of like sort of critically reappraised it, and I actually bought I actually have them right here. I have the movie novelizations, all three of them. So
Oh, wow.
I've been wanting to like read the books and then rewatch the movies, because I mean I've seen the first two over and over again, but I haven't actually watched Spider-Man 3 since it came out. So but so that would be a good excuse for a rewatch. So I don't know, we'll see how I feel. But I was not a fan of emo Spider-Man at the time, but it's still a Sam Raimi movie, so
I don't think I've seen the whole thing. I think of the third one. I think I've only seen bits and pieces of it.
Mm.
Speaking of Sam Raimi, Army of Darkness. I think I had that on DVD when I was younger. I've seen that movie so many times, and I think they made a comic book version of it. Of course, they put that out.
I have in my boxes. I'll have to go digging for it, but I know I have somewhere. It's a I think it's Darkman versus Army of Darkness comic.
Oh, yeah. For people that don't know Darkman,
yeah, Darkman's awesome. Yeah,
I go get that.
Yeah, I love Darkman. In fact, I should watch that with my friends next time we hang out. But
like I started, I gotta sit down and make my wife watch that. So technically, like Liam Neeson, that puts him in the superhero universe.
Yeah, true.
And that movie it's got so much camp, and that's back when they were doing like practical makeup.
Yeah, it's so cool, and the classic like Sam Raimi style with all the whip pans and stuff, and the zooms,
Yeah, I think was it Frances McDormand? I think plays his girlfriend.
Yeah, which is very unusual because she's usually in like sort of Coen Brothers movies and stuff,
Well, I can't remember which one, but I think she's married to one of them.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that helps. I wonder. I would hope her paycheck reflected it too.
Right. Let me catch up with chat. Plato says it's probably cliche, but I'd have to go with Deadpool. Yeah, to be honest, I haven't actually read a lot of Deadpool comics, but from what I know of him and the vibe and everything, like I would say that's fair.
My wife loves Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
I haven't read much of the comics either. I don't know if I even have any. I think the Deadpool comics I have is stuff that I got gifted her. Like I think there's some trades and things I got her just given her she loved Deadpool. That one might be the most book accurate because I think they tried, at least on the first one.
Yeah, from what I can think of, yeah. I mean, he responded, "I don't know much about comics, DC or Marvel, so I can't really answer that." That's okay.
Well, now that they've made like 50 Marvel movies, it's like a harder question.
Yeah, exactly. Army of Darkness, love it. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Oh, Liam Neeson? He's like confused. Yeah, Liam Neeson was in this early Sam Raimi movie called Darkman, which is basically sort of his version of like kind of a golden age sort of gothic hero type thing. And yeah, it's really, really excellent. And we'll have to watch it sometime.
It's pulpy.
Yeah, very, very pulpy. Oh yeah, yeah. JP, you as a plot twist said you liked Constantine, right? Although the Constantine movie isn't really like the comics, but
I hear though that Keanu Reeves has actively been trying to get
mm,
another one made for a while now, and I think
mm.
he said he'll do it if they'll make it.
Yeah. I'd be
Um,
interested to be honest. Like again, like that's another one that I need to rewatch because I haven't seen it since it came out, and like I was kind of like, oh, it's not like it's not like the character, so it's bad. But then it's kind of, as I say, it's kind of been sort of critically reappraised in recent years. So I'm just kind of like, maybe I should give it another look, you know?
it's its own thing. I was interested to see. He's still pissed off about it, and now that he mentioned that, maybe the Hellboy movies could be the most canonically
Yeah,
accurate as
actually,
well.
Hellboy, that
The
would be a good
first
one.
two.
Mm,
I don't know how accurate the third one is, but Ron Perlman is still pissed off because when they pitched the first one, that was supposed to be a trilogy.
mm,
Because in the way the comic books go, the third one was going to, bring it up to speed with the books. Like,
mm,
she's pregnant, they're going to have the baby. Like, it
mm,
was going to be the complete story. And they stopped it on the second one and then
mm.
came back on a totally different
Right.
tier. And then Harper, he did his thing. He's a great actor, but it wasn't the third one that everybody had
Yeah,
been waiting
it,
for.
it definitely wasn't the same. I remember being really upset about that at the time because I loved the first two Hellboy movies. I loved Del Toro, and I was like so excited for a third one, and then they rebooted, and I saw the reboot, and it's like it was fine, you know, like, but it wasn't like
Yeah,
it wasn't the same, you know. Like,
I felt the same. I was like, it's fine, but
hmm.
it's not the same.
Yeah, and then I guess they came out with oh sorry, go on.
Pan's Labyrinth. I was going to say that was my first
Hmm. Yeah, same.
introduction to him. He's co-written some books now too, but they didn't strike me as well as I guess they were supposed to.
Hmm. I haven't
I had higher hopes.
I haven't read any of them, so I can't say, but.
I'd be the guy that reads it and likes it, and then you explain to me where I went wrong.
Yeah, maybe. JP said, if I had to choose, I'd like the X-Men movies. It frustrates me that there's no consistency between each movie. Yeah, I understand that they're always like rebooting the timeline and doing all this and bringing stuff in, taking stuff out. Yeah, it's a mess.
You're not alone in that. And then all the people that were super upset with like the whatever. I haven't watched it yet, but the Dark Phoenix, they had such high
Mm,
hopes for that and Days of Future Past. And I've always thought it was weird in the comics, like Storm does a lot more.
yeah, yeah.
And I
Storm
was,
never really got to like shine that much, unfortunately.
yeah. I was like, when you got Halle Berry, give us the comic book
Right,
Storm. Like, give her
exactly.
and then they've never followed it up, but at some point, Black Panther and Storm get together, and
Oh,
then there's a whole storyline where Storm is Black Panther, I think, or a version
oh,
of Black
wow! I
Panther.
didn't know that.
And in my opinion, that's much better than the. Um, I was not a fan of the Love and Thunder thing.
I haven't kept up with a lot of the recent Marvel movies.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the movie, but I remember when the comic came out, I didn't like it because, first off, just on a grammatical level, um, I can't even remember it now. It's like Jane Foster or something like that. They make her Thor.
Hmm.
So it's like Thor's girlfriend's now the new Thor in that storyline,
Hmm.
but Thor is not a title.
Hmm.
Thor is his name. So when they just were like, all of a sudden, Jane
Yeah.
Foster is Thor now, I was like, that doesn't make sense. It's not like, you know, Batman. You can't just put somebody else in the suit.
It is a bit weird. Like they could have at least sort of like given her like a different name maybe or something. Like I don't know. Like,
Come up with something, or just let her be Jane Foster that has Thor's powers.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not a big, huge fan of like when they. Um, well, if you're in comics long enough, you learn to deal with it. But like all the retconning and
Yeah.
to make the storyline work, or to come up with something new for the sake of come up with something new, but then to
Yeah.
throw like
Yeah, like to
decades of storylines out.
yeah, like to be like that's why I've never really gotten bent out of shape about like accuracy with like comic book adaptations and stuff because like you say like there's so many retcons and like multiverses and like alternate timelines, you know. It's like how do you make sense of
There's
any
always a
of it, you
zero
know?
hour coming.
Right, exactly.
It's
And then they're gonna reboot it again in like another 3 or 4 years, you know?
I liked what they did with the new 52, and then they killed that.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't stopped it, and
Mm.
then they came out with Rebirth, and I don't think I've read any of those yet.
Yeah, and then I think after that, then it was like Convergence. I think so. It's like
Yeah.
there's always something, you know.
And then I think Convergence, there's been like other storylines back in the 90s and 80s where Convergence was a thing.
Mm.
So it's like they're almost recycling that.
Yeah. Let me see. Plot twist says, "I just want Nightcrawler to get his own movie. I love Nightcrawler. I would love to see
Oh,
more
that
of
would be
him.
great.
Actually, I'd love to see like the like Excalibur Nightcrawler, where he's like the swashbuckler, you know?
They could at least do that in their animated universe, but
Yeah,
Marvel has been real lacking with that.
yeah,
DCWB's done a much better job.
yeah. I agree.
Um, I think everybody would agree with that. I think everybody's been wanting a Nightcrawler or something since the character first came about.
Yeah, I'm surprised they've never done like a spin-off or like I say like an Excalibur like adaptation or something, you know. I don't know.
Maybe they'll go that Disney Plus route with it.
Yeah.
They'll try to start it small, and then if that picks up, maybe they'll do a big thing with it.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about X-Men 97, but I haven't watched it yet, so
Heard that too, and I haven't seen it yet. I think they did What If. I think maybe I saw one episode, or my wife may have seen more of it than me because she's always trying to find stuff she thinks I'll be interested in.
Hmm.
Likewise, I'll do for her. WandaVision. I think she
Hmm.
saw a little bit of that and she really liked it, and I've heard great things yet, but I haven't had time
Yeah,
to sit down.
I really liked WandaVision. I haven't continued with any of the other TV shows. I got like halfway through Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it was just kind of okay, and I haven't picked it up since.
You know, I never picked it up because it was gonna hurt my feelings if it was just kind of okay because I like those characters so
Yeah.
much. Um, I have that. I do.
Okay, let me catch up with chat. Book says, "What character do you believe deserves a movie redemption, i.e., X-Men Origins Deadpool to current Deadpool? Like something that you want him to redo because they messed it up the first time." Hang on a sec. I gotta use the bathroom real quick, but
Yeah. See, something I can redo that messed up the first time. Well, there's a few they could redo since they messed it up the first time. I think you're right though on the X-Men. Um, they could redo like that first run. I think it was one, two, and then it was three called Last Stand. They're good in their own right, but I think if they could have mixed some of what they did with First Class in with that run, I think it would have made them a little better. How they messed up Deadpool with X-Men Origins was as a travesty, uh, in my opinion. And then where they kind of was and they also messed it up with well, they didn't mess it up, but they could have done more with what's that character's name? You may remember. It's not Silver Samurai, but he looks like Silver Samurai, or is it Silver Samurai? The bad guy in one of the X-Men movies. Yeah, they could have done a little better with that too. Yeah, I wish they had done more with the. Remember, she wasn't like an assistant, but there was a young Asian girl character in that movie, and I don't think they did enough with her character. They should have done more with that, or a continuation, like see what the future had for her. Um, I wish they'd done the jet like a full on Justice Society.
oh yeah, yeah.
Black Adam was Black Adam, but it didn't encompass as much of that as I was hoping it would have.
Yeah, I was thinking actually it would have been cool to get a bit more of like because I haven't seen the movie to be fair, but from like I've seen like clips and I've read some reviews and stuff, and like I know they bring in a lot of like Justice Society people, you know, like Doctor Fate and stuff like that, you know, and it's like it's cool, but like at the same time, it's like I kind of just want like a Black Adam movie, you know, and I want him to fight Shazam, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And it was like the parts of it they did great. Like, I love the guy that I can't remember his name or anything, but the actor that played Hawkman. I thought he did great. That's a great
Mm,
version of Hawkman that he put out there. And I like what they did with it and that way. But as far as like like there's tons of characters from the JSA, All Star Comics, and the All Star Squadron that are missing.
mm,
Like there's missing. And then they didn't do any of the tie-ins. Like, there would be Superman, Wonder Woman,
yeah,
um, like Spectre could have been in there, should
yeah.
have been in there.
I would have loved that.
Yeah, and how other characters have gotten their movies and stuff, but Spectre, I don't think Spectre's been in anything
Yeah.
as far as in cinematically.
No, I know that there's been talk about it for a long time, and at one point, I think I was actually really mad this never happened. But they were going to make a Justice League Dark movie, and Spectre was going to be in it. I
I
think.
remember that.
Hmm.
Did they ever say why they canceled that?
I think it just didn't go through for whatever reason. But I was really excited about it because Del Toro was supposed to make it, so I was like really excited. And yeah, it was going to have like Deadman and like Spectre, and I think it was going to have Etrigan even, I believe. So.
That's I couldn't find them. There's something. It's got to be somewhere in my place. But I think this was the first one, but I'm pretty sure I bought it because he was on the cover.
Oh yeah, Swamp Thing.
Well, this is well, yeah, this is Challengers of the Unknown,
Mm,
and I picked it up. What caught my eye for it because there's Swamp Thing,
mm.
but Dead Man.
Oh yeah, yeah, I love Dead Man.
Dead Man was in it, and I love Dead Man so much. And then Challenges of the Unknown was created by Jack Kirby,
Mm.
and it's pretty much DC's answer to the Fantastic Four.
Oh okay. I've heard of it, but I've never read it.
Challenge of the Unknown. The early ones, like this is issue number 84. The very early ones, the Kirby ones, are much like the first of the Demon. They're very Jack Kirby, and um, it's it's a I love them. They're great. I love this because it's like it's three all I love all three of these,
Mm.
and boom, one cover, one book, one storyline.
That's awesome.
And I think I think this flowed. I think there's more to that story, and then grab this too. I've got to put a back on this. I've got one. This cover's not going to do as great on here. I like some of his stuff now. Obviously, some of the stuff's kind of controversial, but Howard Chaykin
Huh.
did a version of Challengers of the Unknown, and then you're about the same age as me. And if you were a basketball fan like I was, this is
Yeah, no, not at all.
Grady. That's Tracy McGrady when he played for the Magic. Tracy McGrady with two good knees, better than LeBron James for multiple reasons.
I don't know anything about sports, so I'll take your word for it.
Tracy McGrady, 6'11" guy with Michael Jordan level athleticism. So yeah. Oh, if you like that, then you may. I think I brought it. I brought this one because a lot of people. I think you and I are trying to participate in it.
Yeah. Oh, I've never heard of that.
I thought this is a gift to my wife.
Oh, Sherlock Frankenstein and the Legion of Evil. That looks awesome.
Yeah, and
I'll have to look that up. I love it.
He's one of these. I don't know if you can see it. One of the tentacles is his half-eaten sandwich. He's. I got her that, and She could probably tell you about it
Hmm.
because it says from the world of Black Hammer. I've heard of Black Hammer. I haven't read any of them. And then she's my wife is like a legit Sherlockian.
Oh, really?
The first book of mine that she ever saw and was interested in, of all the books I had, was it's probably still over there on her side table. She would bring my complete short stories of Sherlock Holmes to work with her,
Hmm.
and she'd read it on her break. And
Oh,
so,
Detective Chimp.
I got her that for like her birthday on Christmas, and then there's Doctor Fate's helmet there.
Yeah, I actually have a comic with Detective Chimp over somewhere.
Yeah, I wish I had more of those. I may try to go find them. It's an interesting character and it's fun and I like it.
Here we go.
But I got it for her.
Actually, relates back to what I was talking about earlier. I haven't read this yet, but I bought it just because it has a bunch of characters I like. This is a Shadow Pact. And there's a Blue Devil and Detective Chimp and Ragman. Just all people that I find interesting. So yeah, I bought this a while ago, but yeah, no idea if
To me, that looks like a great book.
no idea if it's any good. But it's written by what's his name, Bill Willingham, the guy who did Fables, and I really like Fables.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a well-known book.
Yeah, Detective Chimp. If you guys don't know, it's right there in the name. He's a chimp who's a detective.
It's got everything you need.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see. Oh, I've got something. Yes, I'm gonna save that for last. Well, I'll have to save that for last. I can do this. Um, you're a DC guy. Are you a Green Lantern person?
I've read a bit of Green Lantern. I'm not like an expert, but I like Green Lantern.
I'm the same. I kind of liked him when I was younger. I had an across the street neighbor who was an attorney. He was a huge Green Lantern fan. Like I think he had a couple of things in his house. He was a huge Cubs fan, Cleveland Browns, and Green Lantern. He had like a shrine to each in his house. But this right here has always been. I didn't bring them all, but this is the first issue of Green Lantern Mosaic.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
And you can see, I'm that guy. I got this for $3. Whatever year I got it for. I didn't bring it in here. My mom, I want to say it was like issue 7. I should have brought it. Issue 7's got a beautiful cover. And me being a musician, it's got a bunch of sheet music behind. I think John Stewart. Behind John Stewart, and I think the title was Cacophony. But basically, what Mosaic is, and I wish they had done more with it. People can look it up. The lead writer might be why they didn't do more with it later on. It's kind of gone obscurity. This is from June of '92.
Oh wow!
But basically, the way it goes is, what are these? The Guardians, they call them. The little blue guys.
Yeah.
I think it's pronounced Oa.
Yeah.
So basically, in this storyline, John Stewart, Green Lantern, is transported to this planet, and it's in total chaos. And it's his job to get pull everything together. And the story's very well written, and the artwork is beautiful. And cool. I can't remember how long of a run it went. But if DC was going to make a movie version of something, I've always wanted them to do more with this.
Yeah.
And this was for other people. This is the Green Lantern of the Justice League that we grew up with, on Toonami.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I've always wanted a proper John Stewart Green Lantern movie because that's what I grew up with, watching the cartoons and stuff. And that actually transitions well. Let me catch up with chat. JP asked us earlier, or was it let me see. Yeah, JP asked earlier, let's say there were no comic to movie adaptations, what would you make? So if you could make a movie of any comic.
Oh, well, if the Shadow counts,
Mm.
I'm a huge Shadow fan, and I'm gonna eventually make a video just on it. But I have some Shadow comics and trade paperbacks. But I've been in love with that character since I was a little boy, and it's pulpy. It's pre
Mm.
superhero. Like Batman stole a lot from the Shadow.
Mm. Right.
Um, you know, it's kind of like the Spectre when he has a villain or whatever, they meet an end.
Mm.
He's not constantly
Yeah.
like taking guys to jail.
Yeah, it's a lot of like brutality in the old pulp comics and
Yeah,
the stories and stuff. Oh, and
not as brutal as the Spider, but he's gonna shoot you.
yeah. Oh yeah, no. Williams Library showed up. Hello, good to see you. First joint live stream. Congrats, thank you. Oh, Michael K. Vaughn's here. Hey, Michael. Good to see you, Detective.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Detective Chimp is the best. He says. I agree.
Not wrong.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you for inspiring us to talk more about comics, Michael.
yeah, yeah. Poor Michael K. Vaughn. I think it may have been like 5 years ago. He tried to get me to make a YouTube video, and I've just now started, and they're not there yet. One day they will be.
Yeah, takes practice and time, you know.
Yeah. Or Dead Man. Dead Man would
Hmm.
be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, dead. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I would make an Etrigan movie if I could. If I could pick any hero, but I would love to do it. I would love to mix sort of like the horror and fantasy of it. Like I don't because I'm not generally a fan of when they do sort of like the gritty reboot, but I think it would work well for Etrigan if you. I mean, that's why I think Del Toro could have done a really good job because he balances that like horror fantasy really really well. With like the gruesomeness, but then also like the moments of like imagination and wonder. I think that would be awesome. I would
And
love that.
Mexican would look great. He would get, like all the art being put into like practical makeup.
Right, exactly.
Make sure all that would be just right.
Yeah, nowadays it'd probably be like mocap CGI and stuff.
Oh, Ron Perlman. That could
Yeah,
be a good Etrigan. He would have the voice for it.
definitely that would be. Damn, I want to see I want to see that now in my alternate universe.
That one. I love Wesley Snipes' Blade,
Mm,
and I was really excited when they put him in the Deadpool when they're finally bringing that
yeah,
back
yeah.
around. But oh, this one would have been a great one if they'd have made a movie. Well, I could do them in order real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have them all, but this is the first comic book that I got with my money.
Oh wow, Nova, May 1999.
May of '99.
That's
And
awesome.
strictly for that cover. I love his art. It's almost like with Jack Kirby, the way he does when he paints metallics and stuff.
Yeah, I see. It means like all the streaks and stuff.
Eric Larson there's just something about the way he does that helmet and everything. And then, of course, Savage Dragon and everything.
Yeah.
This book wasn't what I hoped it would be. I think it only made it to like 7 issues. And towards the end, they just kept putting other characters in it, trying to boost sales. So it's like towards the end, it's like he's not the big focus. It'll be like a small Nova, the human rocket, and a giant Venom. Or a Spider-Man,
right?
Villain. But the artwork's great and the storyline's interesting. I can't remember if it's the end of this. Well, no, just read it. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody, but I like that. And then, of course, there's like double entendres and stuff throughout all Larson's stuff. This guy's Richard Ryder. And then this here was one of the first books I had to fit over, and it was strictly for the art. As an adult, like the writing was not as awesome as it could be, but this was old when I got it. So this is from '92, but I was in love.
Luke Cage.
Man, the artwork in these, this is the Evil and the Cure. This was the first four-parter they did for this run. I think this made it to about 20 issues. And it is in like maybe a 2-volume trade now. The art is just amazing. This is the part 2 of that.
Oh, cool.
Put in here.
Oh yeah, I like that art.
Oh man, the art is just, even if you don't like the stories, the art is just worth it in these. And I love how, and I think he did it for all of them. Each one, the artist did a border. So like in part 1, it's green.
Yeah.
Part 2,
yeah, that's cool.
blue. I think one of them, it's the reversal. Like this part is kind of bluish, but the border's pinkish.
Nice.
And when I was younger, one of the first computers I had, I got these covers were in rotation on my desktop.
Awesome.
And then this one really colored a lot of my reading and comic collecting, like in perpetuity afterwards. I think I probably first picked it up because of like the time period. My grandfather was a World War II veteran, and I grew up with him and a lot of his friends. And I didn't even know what this book was or anything. I just grabbed it because it had multiple origins in one book.
Oh, cool.
And this is one of the first books I ever got.
Oh, Flash and Star-Spangled Kid. Now he's Skyman. Learn why inside.
And don't forget Stripesy. Fix that.
Yeah, what all I know about Star-Spangled Kid is he was like DC's like version of like Captain America, right?
He's yeah, but younger.
Okay.
Younger. So he was I think he does grow up. If Michael's in the chat, I guarantee you he would know. I think he was one of those. It was part of that thing, when everybody had when they started doing like the teen superheroes, to sell more books to kids who were making characters, and they did do a lot with that later on. And I do have a few secret origins, but when I was young, I just didn't know anything about comics at all.
Right.
This was a great way for me to get some backstory.
Yeah.
And, I growing up, I had only ever seen, the day I bought this book, this was the first time I had ever seen a Flash that looked like this.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because I was just a little boy, and I was like, what's going on with that? So it was like, and then I could tell you everything about that place. The name of the comic book shop was called the Star Store. And it looked like a sky blue version of the Star Wars. And there was a man that ran that shop. He just knew absolutely everything. And he would point me in directions. It was a really long, narrow store that just was full of long boxes.
Wow.
And he knew where everything was. And so something like this would be in the very back. And then in the front window, and I'll show it in another video, right close towards the front window to the right of the register would be stuff like this that had just come out. And so, but when this came out, I remember, because I got it too. I loved The Flash when I was younger. When this came out around that time period, it may have been 2000, when they came out with the Impulse. You remember Impulse?
Yeah.
And I was like, and they did a smaller version of a 80-page giant Flash. Now, of course, I had to get that because they had the Flash, Jesse Quick, Max Mercury. Always, to me though, outside of a few though, as far as comics go, but I'm no expert though. To me though, the Flash's villains, except for like maybe a couple, and related to the power level of the Flash, it's always been like a huge,
sort of an imbalance,
Yeah, because I've got it in the other room, one of the first Flash comics I got, and literally the whole book is the Flash running around knocking guys off of snowmobiles. And it's like, how is this the villain of this book?
Yeah. That's a good point. The Flash is kind of overpowered if you think about it. It's hard to find a lot of villains who can match him. I always loved Gorilla Grodd though.
Yeah.
I think I I think actually, hang on, let me grab it real quick. I actually have a drawing someone made for me.
Oh, awesome.
Damn it. Knocking stuff over. Sorry. Yeah, a friend. It's kind of dusty, but a friend drew this for my birthday a few years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's Grodd. So again, yeah, because I watched the cartoon growing up, and I always thought he was so awesome. And he was voiced by Powers Booth in Justice League, and he just had such like a
Yeah.
smooth, like evil voice, and he was just so like cool and collected all the time. And I loved him. I loved his rivalry with Luthor as well.
I don't know, well, I don't think Detective Chimp was in it.
Hmm.
But do you remember there was it was almost like a team up book,
Hmm.
but it was all apes.
Oh yeah, it
Remember
sounds that
that?
sounds familiar. I can't remember what it was called though.
I can see the cover of the first one they did,
Let me Google that.
and it was like every chimpanzee and gorilla character from Did Everybody Love from a bunch of different places. Um, and I don't know how long it ran, but I liked it. I thought that was great.
Was it Jungle League?
Jungle League's one.
Oh, there's several. Okay.
Yeah, if anybody in the chat remembers, it was Jungle League is one. I'd have to look it up here. There were a few iterations they did. One, and I think one was like a bunch of villains because there was like he was a DC villain, but he was like would be thinking of. There were a few because there were a couple of apes that were super geniuses like
Right.
criminal mastermind types, and then like it's Jungle League, but Jungle League is definitely one of them. I could be completely wrong.
Hang on a sec. Need the bathroom again.
Oh,
That's what I. Oh, that's what I get for drinking all this water. Hang on a sec.
you know what? I think he's right. It is Jungle League. That's one of them I was thinking of. They did a couple of similar. Jungle League is definitely one of them. It's, yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, it's Jungle League. Yeah, it's Johnson. That's the one. That's the one. Here, I'll fill some time. Oh, you see, I can do a quick recap some stuff. If anybody's coming in late. Show. Sherlockians, horror fans, Sherlock, Frankenstein. Um, Cage is part two of the Evil and the Jew, part one. Here's one. It's so we're talking about comic tropes and things.
Hmm.
I learned this from a friend that ran a comic book store. Here's another one of one that got me. This is DC Detective Comics issue 626 from February of '91.
Huh.
This was $1 new. I don't even know what comic books run now. I don't even know if you can get like what comic books run now, like $5 per
Yeah.
issue or something.
$3.99, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. But this was one he told me it was the whole thing. I didn't know about it until after, but I'm glad I got it because this is one of my favorite Batman covers.
Oh, wow.
I love that cityscape
Yeah, that's beautiful.
and that blue. So I got it just like I was gonna be happy with this book. Period. What was it $3 I paid for that? But this has got one of the most uh, interesting villains.
Hmm.
It's one of those kind of a. But anyway, this follows a trope he told me it was a real thing. He said, always be wary if ever you see a book that has a really awesome cover. That is usually, or it can be the case, that is them making up for a really weak book on the inside. and so that fits that. But when you get to the end and you see the anybody can Google it. It may be on the archive somewhere, but if anybody's got this and they can find it, I don't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah, let me Google that.
But you have got to see the villain in this book. And I think it's towards the end. This may be one of those books where like the majority of the book is like dialogue between mob types.
Hmm.
And but I think it's towards the end. I want to say he's the electrocutioner.
Huh.
So and it's just like he's just red.
Really?
That's how they did. I can get this thing open. I can get it open. But think of what was that? Iron Man 1 or 2? Mickey Rourke.
Oh yeah.
That power.
Oh, okay. So he's got like electric whips and that type of thing.
Yeah, in a Batman book.
That's awesome.
1991, and it just kind of comes out of nowhere. And what was it? Good Lord, trying to get this 20-year-old tape off. I'm probably going to rebag this. But then I'll lose the historic artifact of a $3 price sticker from 4 years ago. Let's see, I've got to share this one. Oh, there's one. It's on the inside. This one of my favorite things. Old comics is the ads.
Oh yeah.
On the inside, and then anybody like great Hulk Hogan on the back.
WrestleMania Challenge for the NES.
Hey, does anybody else feel old? Mega Man 3.
Yeah, I do. I love the old ads in comics.
Oh, here it is. There he is, right there. Okay, so here's your. This story is the return to the electrocutioner. And it's Batman looking into a hospital window. And the writer is Marv Wolfman. And, pencil Jim Aparo. That's why it looks so great. So you would think, Marv Wolfman book, because that's, Marv Wolfman was that co-creator of Teen Titans.
Yeah, Teen Titans.
Awesome books. And Aparo, one of the most famous, Batman. Here we go. There is the electrocution.
With the electric whips, that's awesome.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like it. The bottom of his face, it's like a skull, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like to go from this to that.
It doesn't really give you any indication that like that's what you're going to be getting.
Nowhere on here does it say the return of the electric.
Yeah, that's weird. I wonder why.
And what's interesting is and you got to see this because don't you love Batman with his special suits?
Yeah,
this is his special suit on that.
It's like checkered.
Yeah, it's like insulation of some kind. And here's one. Have you ever? I don't know if I've ever seen that in any of my other books. Check out that Batmobile.
Oh yeah, that's really unusual. Very sleek.
everything about this. Oh, there you go. You get a good shot of his skull.
Yeah, that's cool. I like
I
that.
can get it centered right. But it's like nowhere on this, beautiful blue cover does it show. Oh, I love this panel right here. This one in the top.
Oh yeah.
Those electric hands over Batman's shoulder. Yeah.
That's
Little stuff
awesome.
like that is what I love in comics. But like, yeah, what's funny is the entirety of this book, pretty much all of it, is like it seems like
Oh
this.
yeah, with like mobsters and stuff.
Yeah, the only place that you see anything that looks like this is the cover. It's
It's
not.
it's a good cover though. I mean, it got you to pick up the book, so it did its
Oh, I
job.
mean, that's one of my favorite Batman covers, period. But it's like there's no mention of this awesome red whip guy.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's got his electric whip. So I think I have, since this is the return, I may have to track down
Hmm.
issue 625 and see if he's in there. Like where is that?
Let me catch up with chat. Oh, JP wants to know more about what was it? Sherlock Frankenstein.
That was a book that I found and got as a gift from my wife. Um, you know what? Let's find out about him together.
Have you not read it?
Yeah. If I read this, it would have been back when my wife just got together. We're in year 9 now.
Okay.
So this was this is a more recent book. This was a $4 book.
Hmm.
um, it's Dark Horse. If anybody's ever heard of Jeff Lemire or
Oh yeah, I have some of his Swamp Thing comics, I think.
David Rubin, maybe is the other. And it says from the world of Black Hammer. And I've seen Black Hammer, but I've never read Black Hammer. Okay, so the story on this is Sherlock Frankenstein and Legion of Evil. It's global planet reporter Lucy Weber is determined to find out what happened to her father, the Black Hammer. All answers seem to lie in Spiral City's infamous asylum, where its most dangerous supervillains reside. As she searches for the truth, Lucy uncovers the dark origins of Black Hammer's greatest foes. Could they be connected to the mysterious disappearance of Spiral City's greatest heroes?
Huh.
So, I mean, it sounds very promising.
Just curious what it has to do with Sherlock and Frankenstein.
I have no idea. The art is it's great and grungy looking.
It's very cartoony.
Yeah, I have no idea who this is, but I like it on the back.
Yeah, that's cool.
This guy here reminds me a lot of Hugo Strange. I think it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see here. It's got great color.
Huh.
I've got a good job on that.
Yeah, it looks interesting. If you read it, you'll have to let me know how it is.
It's very interesting. It's got more art. Like it guy's gigantic here.
It's
Cthulhu. Cthulhu vibe.
Yeah.
And it's a glossy. Oh, well, yeah, it says it right there. And they spell it differently.
Yeah, Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. To tell you, my wife is so smart. She could probably come in here and tell me every bit about this, remembering it from whatever the last time she read it. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Read more of this. It's got a really good cartoon, Sean.
Yeah, I like it. And Books is asking, you'd probably know better than me. Are there a lot of Sherlock Holmes comics?
There are a ton. I mentioned it earlier. I don't have any here with me. I wish I had been able to do the same. The digital comics, I think it's digitalcomicsmuseum.com or .org has a ton of public domain comics, and you can search. There are some Sherlock Holmes comics on there for free download and everything. And a few of them are really, what would you say? So like canonical, like they're true to the source material as close as possible, and the artwork's very good. And then there's every kind of Sherlock comic book. There's you remember that cartoon?
Sherlock Holmes in the
like
22nd century.
Yeah, there's some that are more in that vein, and then there's some. Oh, I left it in the other room. I could bolt and come right back. There's a graphic novelization that I own of Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of the Baskervilles.
Oh yeah, you were showing me that last time we talked.
I'll grab that real quick.
Yeah, no worries.
You you'll do a great job. You take it. I'll be right back.
I can babble on.
I certainly didn't invent it, but I perfected it.
Yeah, wait till he comes back, but brought out a couple more comics to talk about. Sorry guys, let me catch up with chat. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on chat, but you know, I don't want to like interrupt too much. You had me at Electric Whips, of course. I love him and I need 500 books of him. That looks like a Batman Returns toy I had where Batman had a gray suit instead of a black one. Made no sense. Yeah, they always did that with like toys and like merchandise and stuff back then. They always needed like a million variations on the suits and everything. And like they had like Spider-Man toys where he had like a bike, like a motorbike. You know, I don't know what that was about. That Batmobile looks like a Matchbox car. Yeah, you're not wrong. There probably was a Matchbox toy of it. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, like books, I imagine, you know, as he said, and I'm not surprised that there's a lot of Sherlock Holmes comics. I mean, with him being in the public domain and all that, and being such an old sort of a eternal character, you know, I'm sure you could find all kinds of stuff. I was actually just looking that up, that digital comic museum, and yeah, it's all like all kinds of. I don't know if you can see on my phone there, but all kinds of archives of, like, public domain comics, so, yeah, something to look into. Never heard of that before. I haven't read comics in so long. I've been going through these. It's making me want to get back into it again. Oh. Found it. Oh. Found it.
Yeah, I got it right here. I grabbed a couple other things while I was
Yeah.
To illustrate some stuff. Yeah. So I don't think I have it. I think I gave it as a gift. But this same, and you can see here, I pay retail for nothing. $3 at Ollie's, okay?
Mm-hmm.
The $16 book. Our Canadian friends had to pay $22 for this.
Jeez.
But it's put out by this Dark Tales. I know of at least 3 of these. I don't know if they made more than that, but it's put out by Canterbury Classics.
Ooh.
They did this one, Call of Cthulhu, which I gave a friend of mine who's a huge Lovecraft fan. And I think they did a canonical version of Beauty and the Beast. You know, the original Beauty and the Beast is much darker than the Disney version. But the pages are really thick. It's almost like cardstock. It's bound very well. The illustrator is Dave Shepard, and this company is out of San Diego, California. So let's see if I can find a good picture that kind of illustrates really office. Okay, here's one. So there's like the what the Hound looks like, chapter 1.
That's awesome.
Try to get you one.
Plot twist says, I need this comic. Hound of the Baskervilles is my favorite Sherlock book.
You know, I love it. I don't have it with me, but I've got a Well, my favorite copy of Hound of the Baskervilles is, well, there's, I guess that's Holmes and Watson.
Yeah, running across
Let's
the
see.
moors.
What a terrible job. Um, but yeah, it's pretty great. There's a good one. I love the color. I'm doing the right scene. It's all kind of blue, gray, stale.
That's cool. It's like kind of
Um,
monochrome.
yeah, and then other ones are like this. They do it
Oh yeah.
sepia brown. Trying to settle it. It's my fault. It's my screen. Everything's like
Yeah, yeah, I get you.
going that way and throwing me off. What is it? Oh yeah, stuff like this. That's like that makes you laugh.
It's really nice art. I've never heard of this comic, but
It's yeah, it's great. This was the place I got this from. There was a just a giant stack of these.
oh
And
wow.
the Call of Cthulhu ones. They were all $3, and I had to get them. Here's what I was looking for. You got a cover picture in.
Yeah, classic.
Classic go-to deer stalker hat. Um, but it's quite good. I love Hound of the Baskervilles. It's one of those stories like you can read over and over, and um, I've seen tons of film versions of it. I like them all of the classic stuff. I you know I don't even care if when they're not like the story.
Yeah.
I love the Basil Rathbone was like the
Mm.
first ones I ever saw. I still like all those. And then I got this other one. I haven't read this yet. It's on my TBR. Um, but I thought
Oh wow.
fans of that may also like this.
I've never heard of that. That sounds awesome. I know Books is gonna want that because she's got a huge Sherlock Holmes because she's got a whole shelf of like Sherlock Holmes like pastiches and stuff.
Oh, does she? Then she's
Yeah.
probably read one that I'm reading. Man, they're in my main library up front. I don't think I have any of her stuff down here. Lindsay Fay
Mm.
has written a ton of great pastiches. You know, a lot here, but she, the one I'm finishing for the current event we're in, as far as the pastiche, is Dust and Shadow. It's Sherlock Holmes
Yeah.
and Dr. Watson versus Jack the Ripper.
Mm. You were telling me
I
about
think it was
that.
her first novel. It's very good. It's got a great audio version too
Mm.
for people that don't want to, well, not that don't want to, but enjoy doing both or the other. It's Mystery and Mayhem, Jim. That's it. Mystery and Mayhem is doing a Sherlock event. And he's also got a Discord, and like different weeks, they're doing different things. So I think like week one was canonical stuff, and then there's a week for pastiches. And then people have been great with the recommendations and things on his Discord.
Awesome.
He's great. He's got
Yeah.
good recommendations, and his videos are very good.
Yeah, I like his channel.
Like our friend. Oh, I'd be real remiss if I didn't mention, because you know it's not well. Pulps. I love what Dynamite has done with the Mask series.
Mm.
I wish I had one to show, but it's MASKS.
Mm.
And it's all of our favorite pulp heroes like the Shadow, the Spider, kind of
Oh,
like
cool.
Savage types. They've done some beautiful artwork. A lot of them are in trade paperbacks now.
Mm.
But it's almost kind of like what they did with the New 52, but it's of all our favorite pulp heroes from the
That sounds
30s,
awesome.
40s. Infinite Text, our friend Andrea,
Mm-hmm.
she has got many great videos showing off her weird, like she's got a Weird Tales collection.
Oh wow.
And then, you know, and then she's read a lot of, I don't know if you call them pastiches or not, but she's read a lot and her videos are great. She's a rare book librarian.
Oh sweet.
So she's got cool videos and all kinds of stuff in the Discord to go with it. But it's Infinite Text.
Hmm.
It's our friend Andrea.
Yeah, I'll have to look into her.
She's got a Yeah, she's sweet like Roy. You
Hmm.
know, she just got that um, quality about
Yeah.
her. She reads all kinds of stuff. She has good recommendations, and if you mention something, she'll go out and she's like, "Oh, that does sound awesome." She'll check it out.
That's awesome. Books was asking, who are the writers slash artists for the Hounds of the Baskerville comic? I think she's gonna buy it.
Has she found? She may have found it online already. The so I guess the only author, the illustrator, is Dave Shepard. It's, it spells it this way.
Okay, and you said it was under that Dark Tales banner, right?
The Dark Tales.
Okay.
It's put out by Canterbury Classics. Um, CanterburyClassicsBooks.com. They've got a website, but you may be able to find it on where you normally get your books.
Yeah, that should be enough info to Google at least.
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully, she's able to find it and doesn't have to spend a ton. It's a great little book. I mean, it's not huge, but it's awesome.
Yeah, it looks cool.
And I'm, you know, and I bet there's other graphic novelizations of Sherlock out there. My introduction to Sherlock, I don't have it, but my mom had a oversized um, Sherlock Holmes short stories illustrated edition, probably from the early '60s. And that's what I got. The artwork from the Speckled Band and stuff like that. It stuck with me to this day. And that's, you know, the stories in that book are still like some of my favorite Sherlock stories.
That's awesome. I love all those old, like the sort of the illustrated classics, comics, and that type of stuff. You know.
I love that. My mom used to the I have it up here, but every year she used to go looking for certain things. She could remember things from her childhood.
Mm.
And like she had the little Lulu comics and things like that. And I got her one. I've got it up front somewhere because I think they redid Little Lulu for one of the free comic book days one year.
Mm.
But she would do like what Marvel used to do, like the Christmas story every year. She'd get stuff like that. And she had my mom's baseball collections. My grandfather got rid of it when she was younger, but anybody that knows anything about sports, my mom had Jackie Robinson's rookie card.
Oh wow!
But she was a Dodger fan at the time, so she had the baseball cards for that whole team.
Wow!
And he got rid of them.
Oh,
yeah. I could be broadcasting from my mansion right now.
Right? Man.
Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale, Jackie Robinson,
Oh man.
rookie card. It was just like,
why?
but if you ever met my grandfather even once, you'd be like, yeah, that's the guy that does that. Stone cold killer. Did not care. And then I'll show. We talked about it earlier. This is the Wrath of the Reaper. But I love the Invaders when I was younger. It's Captain America, Namor, and Human Torch. But I don't. This is the original Human Torch, I think. This is the original one that was in like I think this is the Android one.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was like a robot or something, right?
And I have I'm gonna have to show it in another video, but they did the art is so beautiful, but they did a Human Torch. It's like a new comic, but all the art and everything is in the old style.
Oh, cool.
The cover is just gorgeous. And then you're like this, you're a Flash guy. If my memory serves me right, this is Marvel's version of the Flash.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
The guy in gold up there, I believe his name is The Wizard.
The Wizard.
the Wizard. He was their super speedster to compete. And then I love this. This is, no, I'm sorry.
The Iron
Yeah,
Cross.
the Iron Cross and him and the Moor fighting. And is that yeah, that's
A Nazi sub.
yeah. I've got a lot of, it's probably just because of my family. I had, my grandmother had 7 brothers and all of them were in the military because she grew up in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, this is our ticket out. And because of their ages, they all ended up seeing, ended up in different wars.
Oh yeah. God.
But I had a couple of uncles that were at the Battle of Bulge and stuff like that. So I always enjoyed like a comic book where of that era, like the World War II stuff. And I found this is a
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone graphic novel. It's really short, but the art is terrific. And I do believe they made quite a few, but this is the only one that I ever came across in the wild.
Yeah, I've never heard of it before.
And I can't remember, my mom or my wife may have gotten this for me as a gift because they knew, I used to box and was a huge boxing fan. But the artwork is very good, and there's Rod Serling in there in comic book form.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then this one, I grabbed this because it was on that shelf. In no particular order, but when I say Teen Titans and everything, this is the
the Marv Wolfman.
this was my favorite, and this is issue. This one's volume 9. But I just love it because guys like us, the Teen Titans we know did not look like
right.
This is Cyborg. This is the most awesome. That's probably what Nightwing.
Yeah.
But it's been so long since I've looked at this. I can't tell you. Do you know? I can't tell you who the blonde character or the Wonder Woman-esque character there.
I know. I think her name's literally Wonder Girl. Let me look it up.
Oh, you're probably right. But if anybody hasn't read the new Teen Titans,
yeah, the Marv Wolfman stuff. That's
art is good.
Yeah, that's basically where they got a lot of the inspiration for like the animated show from was, Donna Troy, also known as Wonder Girl. She's the adopted sister of Wonder Woman, and Raven, of course.
I think this may be Raven here with the multiple eyes.
Yeah, with her father Trigon has the eyes on top, so whenever she like goes evil, she gets like the devil eyes on top.
Yeah, it's Oh, and then these are they did a really good job with the.
Oh yeah, I love how whenever Starfire like flies around, her hair like trails behind her like that. It's interesting.
The art is just beautiful in these.
It's George Perez, right?
Yeah, it's George Perez, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Romeo. I'm gonna say it's Tangle. It's Tanghal. And, of course, I can pronounce that. Dan Jurgens.
That actually reminds me. I have a George Perez cover in here that I really like. Let me find it.
Here we go. Great stuff. Here. More of that. Here's great art. Great stories in these. This is this collection is issues 1 through 9 of the second series of the new Teen Titans. And this is the Terror Trigon storyline. And then the origin of Lilith. So this was the first time they reprinted these stories. Just always look like it'd be Starfire's eyes and things. It's just great stuff. If you come across any of this, it's working. 1980. Great stuff.
Darn it. I can't find it now, but it was. Do you know Man-Wolf from Spider-Man?
Yeah.
He was like John Jameson's like astronaut son who like turned into this white werewolf guy, you know, because of this like moon rock. In the I think it was the late 70s, early 80s maybe. He briefly had his own sort of run as this character they called Star God, where he basically like went to space and he like gained control of his like wolf side, and he like met this like race of aliens that he had to like protect from the evil aliens, and it was sort of like a planetary romance like John Carter kind of thing, but with this like wolf guy with like a sword and stuff, you know.
Man.
And
That sounds great.
yeah, and George Perez did the cover for the first issue. Just I want to find it. Give me a second.
Yeah, go right ahead. And anybody can put in the chat. I don't have access to it, but what are some of your favorite comics and things? And then if you have any requests for us to show next time or any other time.
There we go. Found it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I just found out about this from it was a book I read about like weird or like terrible or like obscure like comic book heroes, and this only lasted I think for a few issues. But yeah, he had this whole like he had his own like solo series. Yeah, it says Swords and Sorcery Beyond the Stars. Man-Wolf is back, savagely fighting the other war.
I gotta go find that and check that out. I love the obscure stuff though. That's
Yeah,
always been my favorite.
Me too. Yeah, sorry, I had to take my my Marvel hoodie off. It's getting hot.
Getting hot for some reason. It's getting hot over here as well.
Yeah, like that's what I love the obscure stuff as well. I'm always trying to find like weird stuff like that. You know?
That's where it's at.
Mm.
And that's what I love about the digital stuff, like Digital Comics Museum and the archive now. Like there's really obscure stuff that people had in their private collections and they've scanned it in.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, preserving all of it.
Yeah. And that's what I loved about the Genesis line they did with Malibu. All those were public domain characters originally from the 30s, and they just kind of, breathed life into them and made a 90s comic book out of them, or late 80s, I think, like 88, 89.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. All this stuff was great. They had like their own version of, I think their team book was like the Avengers. Theirs was the Protectors, and then there was like Ultra Force, and that was from the Ultraverse. They brought back like Miss Fury and Gravestone, and I think they had their own. I want to say it was like Sky Man, Blue, and then there was the Arrow, who was kind of like Hawkeye, but he had a little crossbow pistol. And their version of you can look it up. You'll love it when you see it. Kind of like their version of Captain America was Man of War.
Yeah. I've heard of him. I think
he had this giant golden eagle belt buckle that was like the size of his six pack or whatever. He ends up there's like villains and stuff, and I think it's either his brother or his half brother or whatever.
Mm.
They run into each other at some point. Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I need to look into all this. I was looking up that digital comics library you were talking about, so I'm gonna search through that later.
Oh, there is for especially for our friend that likes Sherlock. There are some great Sherlock comics on there. And it's it's just people have either mailed them to their organization or scanned them in themselves and sent them to them for them to host. And then there's new editions all the time.
Mm.
And I love really there are guys like us that love like pulpy obscure. You can find some black things like the Black Terror on there, but I know you can find one. There's a great hero called I think it's the Green Turtle.
What's his deal?
Oh, he's just awesome in every way. I wish I had a way to pull it up on screen, but you'll find it and you'll thank me. He is he's got a ghostly like being that follows him around that looks like a black shadow floating in the sky.
Wow.
He has the greatest outfit you've ever seen. I want to say he's shirtless and he's like in green boy shorts. And he I think he rappels around on a rope.
I think I found it. There you go.
It's just
Can you see that?
yes, that is the Green Turtle, and then that turtle float. The black thing in the background, that's like an entity that follows him around. He always has this giant cape, and he's just kind of a swashbuckling hero. And I think it was famous for, I think it was an Asian artist.
Oh, okay.
That was like one of the early Asian comic book artists, and I don't know if he did much. I don't think there's a ton known, but it's just a really fun book.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
But there's just
so many
yeah.
And as you say, there's so many of these public domain heroes or just obscure ones, and because they were just pumping them out over the years, so there's so many weird characters out there,
What's interesting on there is you'll see something that's a great character and you'll do some research on why is there only one of this, and it's because the publisher folded it.
Right. Actually, that brings up, just catching up with chat, JP was asking, what comic do you wish they'd reprise in an official capacity? So is there a hero you'd want them to bring back or anything?
Sure. I can't get enough Dead Man.
Yeah, I love Dead Man.
I love Dead Man. The Demon. I love the Demon.
Yeah.
What's one that's older that I think they did bring back the Defenders or a version of the Invaders for a bit, but I think they made it a Disney Plus thing. Selfishly, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, my wife liked it, but I never liked Teen Titans Go. I was more so the original animated version of Teen Titans they did. And I think they did have some of the Teen Titans character in that Justice League movie, but not to what, not as much. Is there somebody you'd like to see them bring back?
Oh man, I'm just trying to think of I mean, honestly, I would love if they brought back this version of Man-Wolf, just because it's
That'd be awesome.
I love sort of I'm into werewolf type characters obviously, and I would love to see more sort of heroic ones like this, and I just love like I say, it's this weird swashbuckly sword and sorcery planetary romance kind of thing, and I just love that sort of stuff, with warring alien species and swords and lasers and
Oh, speaking of that, they did do a version of it in comics, but John Carter.
Yeah.
The John Carter of Mars stuff. I love those books. I've only Michael K. Vaughan, I think I found out about him through him. He did an awesome review of maybe the first like Princess of Mars. I just finished the third one. I've got to start the fourth one. But I just love them. And then it's like with Conan as well. There are a lot of comic book versions of the John Carter characters throughout the ages, like a lot of different artists and different publishers, put out their stuff. I just like that stuff. It's really
It's like I said, I just love how like it's just very imaginative and it's not really kind of bound by like the confines of reality. You know what I mean? Like it's not concerned with like being realistic at all. You know, it's just like crazy and fun and imaginative and I like that stuff.
it'd be cool, like with Reprisal. It'd be cool if they brought back Flash Gordon. Like I showed you that one I had from I think that was from like '88 or the '90s. And then, they did that one Flash Gordon movie that had the awesome, I want to say, was it Sam Jones was the actor? But the soundtrack was Queen.
Yeah. I love that movie. That actually is what got me into Flash Gordon.
Oh, really? I like the movie. But yeah, that movie with like today's ability to do things, as far as like movie making. But I'm old school. I would prefer that movie with as much practical makeup as possible.
There was a Flash Gordon like TV show on like Sci-Fi Channel back in like 2008, but it only went for like one season.
That's the way things go. If you can get 13 out of something, like remember, I think I didn't read them. I've been meaning to forever, but the Witchblade comic books had a pretty long run on television.
Yeah, I remember
a few seasons.
I didn't know about that until because Aaron used to watch it, and I think he read some of the comics, so I didn't know about Witchblade until then. But I was like, because I was looking at the comics, and like the comics are full of like lots of like basically like nudity practically, and it's very like sort of
really?
From what I understand, like it's I don't know if it's like full on like porn, but like it's very like it's like very titillating and stuff, and I was like, how did they adapt that into TV?
Well, that's kind of how that brings me back to John Carter, Mars, and everything. If you ever see any artwork to do with those books or the old comics, and even like the Conan stuff, it's always like apparently every chick on Mars is in a bikini.
Right, exactly.
Like, always. Just always. It's like this, like the women are in bikinis and John Carter's wearing a brown version of this with like some leather across his chest. Which brings you, I think that had a big Sam Raimi feel to it. Remember when we were kids, Hercules and Xena?
Oh, yeah.
I think there was an old Jack of all trades, had Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, I think Sam Raimi actually produced those shows.
Yeah, they've got a Sam Raimi feel to it. Now, if they'd been able to do like a proper movie of the humans, that would have been great too.
I got really into Xena a few years ago, but I need to get back to it. I only watched the first season.
I want to say Xena, because I think I've seen it advertised in some of my other books. Dark Horse, they did a lot of licensing. There may have been a Xena. I think there was Hercules Journeys too. I think they had comic book versions of both of those. And then there's another one. It's escaping me, but they did a comic. A lot of people don't know it. If you're a monster fan like we are, it's not the classic ones, but remember Topps trading cards. Topps had a comic book imprint for a while.
Really?
And I want to say they did like Friday the 13th, like Jason Bourne.
Oh wow!
They licensed some stuff like that and made comics. I think I've got there's one around here somewhere. I think somebody made a Freddy Krueger comic book as well, because I know they did like a lot of the Predator verses. They made a lot of comic books out of those movies.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that.
A long-running series.
Books said, to answer Wes's question earlier, I was huge into the X-Men, but more recently was really big on The Walking Dead. However, I was horribly disappointed in how rushed the ending of the series was. I haven't read Walking Dead, so I can't comment, but...
I concur on that. I haven't read much of it. I'll tell you what's... I remember going into my local comic shop back when we had one, and the first issue of Walking Dead had hit the stands, and
Mm.
the guy was like recommending it to people, and then like nobody knew
Hmm.
about that at all. He was just like, "This is really good. And it had just come out,
Mm.
and now Walking Dead, you can't go anywhere
Right, it's
without
everywhere.
knowing what that is." And comic book, I don't know how. I bet they made hundreds of issues of the comic
Mm.
because I think he's the same guy did Invincible,
Yeah.
Robert Kirkland, and I think they did hundreds of issues of
Mm.
it. And I remember when Invincible was new and people recommended it to me, and I still to this day have not read any Invincible.
Yeah. I saw the show and I really liked it, but I haven't read the comics. I know Books has though. She has like the big compendiums, you know.
Oh, she's a gangster. She's about it.
Yeah.
It must be good if she's invested in getting the
Mm.
compendiums.
I only read, and I did read a bit of Walking Dead, like back when it first came out, but I only read like the first, I think the first four trades, and I just never continued with it. Not out of any like particular reason, I just never picked it back up. But I remember liking it.
Yeah, that's been my problem too. There's like I've gotten started on hundreds of
Yeah,
thousands of things, and just like
exactly. I'm
there's always something shiny.
exactly.
Oh,
There's always something shining and new to distract you. Yeah, I get it. And she also,
like I don't have. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, she said there were 193 issues of Walking Dead.
I remember when like the first, because it was interesting because I he in the local comic shop it got so popular that it had a shelf because
Mm.
they were having to go back and get back issues for people that wanted to go back and read the
Mm.
first few. So it's like the first 10 issues
Wow.
and going back because it hadn't been out long enough for a trade to be made of it
Mm.
yet.
Wow.
And nobody, I had no idea what he was talking about. But I think it was like, because I had tastes like yours, he was pointing me towards Walking Dead. And I was like, Walking Dead is not the same as like Tomb of Dracula, House of Mystery,
Yeah, yeah.
Wolf. You know, it's,
Yeah.
it's not.
It's a bit more sort of gritty and realistic, you know?
Yeah, it's different. It's it was I don't know. That'll get me in there. I'm trying not to go there. Because I love movies and stuff. I could get into this.
Yeah, yeah, I get you. You were actually talking earlier about the Human Torch, the sort of Android version. That reminded me of I don't know if you've read this, Marvels.
I haven't, but I've heard about it. Is it good?
Yeah, I loved it. It's been a while since I've read it, but it's Kurt Busiek is the writer, and he did stuff like what was it, like Astro City and stuff like that. And I think he did a bunch of like Superman comics, and the art's by Alex Ross. So you know, it's
Oh yeah,
it's very detailed and very beautiful.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, there's
That reminds me of remember when they did All Star Superman?
yeah, I loved All Star Superman.
I
Yeah.
loved All Star Superman. For some reason, something happened to my second volume. I've only got the first one.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've come across him on Discord or not, but my friend Stevko,
Hmm.
he's a bit he loves hard boiled, noir like we do. We got to be friends over that. But I was trying to recommend that book to him once, and he's a graphic designer, and he hates All Star Superman.
Why?
And I was like, what? I've never run into anybody that everybody like that book is like it had a Rotten Tomato score, it'd be like 99 or 100 or whatever. Everybody loves that book. And there's something with the graphic design that he's such an expert. He sees it as like a mistake or a flaw. And
Mm.
so when he was reading All Star Superman, he saw like artistic corrections that he would make.
Oh, I
And
don't know.
it ruined the book for him. He couldn't get into the story.
Oh, that
He didn't like
sucks.
how they did the art. I was like, really? What are you seeing? And he's like, yes, like this is blurry. It should be, like he has an artist eye. He's like, it's not.
I wonder how he'd
I would
feel
never
about
put that out.
I wonder how he'd feel about like Dave McKeon and stuff like that. You know, he did like the Sandman covers and like that Batman book that I actually might have. Let me find it.
I gotta ask him. Oh, uh, shout out to Stepco. He was nice enough. If ever you go on my YouTube channel or anything, my he created the art, my little logo, and then another banner that may or may not be on there. Just beautiful stuff. Like I gave him an idea. We were talking about something. I gave him an idea, and he just created it perfectly.
Sorry, I don't know what happened to it.
Stevco did the art for my logo.
I was gonna say I really like your logo.
Yeah, that's all Stevco. He did that, and he did another one. We were just talking like you and I talked, and he said, you know, I think this one and another one he did was originally supposed to be a thumbnail for a video I never made.
Oh, okay.
Of like hard-boiled fiction, and I just loved it so much. I just I was like, this is just going to be permanent, or it's going to make
this. It's a good logo.
Yeah, he does great work. He's so if anybody ever finds him on Discord or sees him anywhere else, that's the type of stuff he can.
Yeah, I couldn't find it, but I was trying to find. I have a Grant Morrison comic. It's it's right there. I'm blind. There you go. Arkham Asylum, A Serious House on Serious Earth. Yeah, so this is Dave McKeon, and he has this very sort of abstract, kind of a sort of surreal art style. It's a little bit sort of scratchy and kind of impressionistic. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, you can kind of see in some of these, hopefully.
Well, you know, Stefko's probably he's in a different time zone from us. We'll just have him comment what he thinks of that book, because he's going to be watching this video.
Yeah, you can kind of see, like, you know, it's very impressionistic and kind of smeary and very kind of, you know, very different from your usual comic art. But yeah, I really like that. That's a really good book. If you've never read it.
Stefko was just, I haven't read it yet. What was it? I want to say he was recommending recently. I think he read The Long Halloween.
I have that.
And he really loved it. I want to say that's Tim Sale.
Yeah.
I love his art.
Yeah, I
need to finish that.
Yeah, I loved Long Halloween, and there was the other one that they did afterward, Dark Victory, with him and Catwoman, that was really good.
It's good. I had a friend that was he was easy to shop for, like a Christmas or birthday or two, for a couple of years there when they did the what was it? Didn't they do like a wedding between Batman and Catwoman?
I think so.
Several years ago. He got some of those covers, and then when they did the re-release of the Killing Joke, he bought that immediately.
Another one with great art.
He got his he took me to see the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix when it first came out. He's a big guy, so he's a big strong guy. So he's got giant calves to go with the rest of him, and one of his whole calves is Joaquin Phoenix, like a portrait from that Joker movie. Like, very realistic. And then he's a huge Star Wars guy, so he's got Joaquin Phoenix on one giant calf, and then he's got a Yoda meme on the other calf.
That's awesome.
He is that guy. I don't know how many times he saw that movie after it came out, and then I think I haven't seen it. I think he really hated the sequel.
I haven't seen it either, so
I guess it just wasn't what he wanted. He's great though. Same guy started a riot in the movie theater when they came out, when Disney did their first Star Wars. He did not like that. So I was sitting there and I was like, I don't know enough about anything to be that ardent about it. And my poor sweet little wife, she is not that person. She's very quiet. And he was as soon as the movie ended, he started screaming some obscenities at the credits. And then it just started a rolling ball throughout the audience. And then all of these Star Wars nerds were cussing at the screen. And I looked at him and I said, "You did that." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, it was just dead quiet.
Yeah.
We're just going to go home at a certain level of unhappiness. And then, no, you started a riot in this movie theater. Like they were all screaming at and I was like, then, all the poor people that liked it were just like, let me get the hell out of here.
I don't know. In my opinion, I think you could say this about a lot of different kinds of like fandoms, but I just feel like a lot of people take that shit way too seriously,
It's just a movie.
Yeah. And
then saying that'll hurt somebody's
It is. Like it's not the end of the world, I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not like crazy like into it like some other people, but like I really liked the everybody hated Last Jedi and I loved it. I thought it was great, and it's to the point where it's like you can't even like talk about it with some people because they just go on and on. And it's like, all right, whatever, He
may be one of those people. I'm one of those who it's like, Last Jedi was like the first one they did, and then with the new character, and David Boyega, and then the lady, I can't remember her name. Yeah, I didn't hate that movie. Like, I thought it was fine. But I have run into people that...
right.
Really...
And it's like
opinions.
Yeah, and it's like obviously like I understand like like I have a lot of like fandoms and things that I'm connected to and I feel strongly about, but like I try not to be like an asshole about it,
Well, we can actually tie that to comics too. Anytime I have ever run across a Star Wars trade, I've picked it up for him.
Oh, cool.
I have. That is one thing. I can't tell you which publisher put a bunch of them out. I think these were made before Disney owned it. But there are a lot of really good Star Wars graphic novels and comic books going back to the 70s, which brings me to Lee Brackett, one of my favorite science fiction writers. She wrote the original script, but she passed away, so she didn't quite finish it. So instead of them just hiring another writer to finish her original script, they had another writer write a different script, and that's the Star Wars that everybody knows. But I think it was BBC or somebody, you can find it, went back and took Lee Brackett's script and made a full-fledged, big production audio drama.
Oh, wow.
Of that Star Wars.
That sounds cool.
That
actually reminds me of another graphic novel I saw, a Star Wars thing, where it was like based off of like George Lucas's like original version of Star Wars, and I remember it being like really. It's kind of interesting to see sort of like how it became what it became, but it's very different. Like Han Solo's like this big like green lizard guy, and like there's a whole like scene at the end where there's like a big fight scene where a bunch of they actually like meet a bunch of like Wookiees, and the Wookiees are like fighting off like the Empire and stuff. Like it's really crazy. It's interesting, but it's it's very different.
I gotta find it. Should have been and then they've done a great job with it as far as I haven't read them, but I knew somebody that had read a ton of the Star Wars, the mass market paperbacks.
Yeah.
And they have their own following. I hear they're great.
I've read a couple, but not that much.
The one guy that wrote a ton of them, and I don't know if he used a pen name or not, is I want to say his name's like Lucino. Anyway, if you find it, he wrote the novelization of the Alec Baldwin Shadow movie in the early 90s.
Okay.
And I have that book, and I love it. I love that movie. I was like one of those people who didn't have a problem with the movie at all. Tim Curry's in it.
Right, you can't go wrong.
You know, yeah, no, come on. I don't care what it is. If Tim Curry's in it, I want to see what he does with
Yeah,
that character.
can't be that bad.
Alec Baldwin's decent. Oh, and then the lady that played uh, Margot Lane, Penelope Ann Miller, she did a great job. And then the guy from Lord of the Rings plays her father.
Oh, really?
Um, um, well, he's in a lot more than just that. What's his name?
Right.
Uh, super famous actor. I want to say he played Gandalf.
Oh, Ian McKellen.
Yes, I believe he plays her
Oh, okay.
her professor father that creates the thing that's kind of the MacGuffin in the movie.
Yeah, I'll have to look in. I've heard of it, but I haven't actually watched the movie. But I've heard it's got like kind of a cult following.
Oh, you remember Everybody Loves Raymond?
Hmm.
Peter Boyle, the guy
Oh.
who played Raymond's dad, is Mo Shrebnitz.
Interesting.
And the taxi, I'm a car guy. The taxi cab alone in that movie is worth the price of admission. I want to say they used like an old Cord that maybe they did some work on.
Oh, interesting.
That car is so beautiful, and then the way they do the art direction, and you can tell like some of the backgrounds and stuff that was artists with paint, doing a big, and then they shot in front of it.
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
it look like. So some of the scenes are just gorgeous, and then like I'm the one like people didn't like Batman and Robin. That the director apologized for making it, Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
But if you watch that movie through the lens of it kind of being like it's like of the same spirit of the 66 Batman, the Adam West TV show, then watching that movie is a totally different experience for you.
Yeah, because I sort of got that sense like when I watched, because I haven't watched it in a long time, but I grew up with it as a kid, and then I got back into Batman when I was a teenager when like Dark Knight was coming out and stuff, and so like I had this kind of like mentality where I was like, oh, Batman has to be like dark and serious and stuff all the time, so I just hated anything that was like goofy, so I was kind of like biased against it at that point, but I should give it another watch.
I was the one guy that like Batman Begins was okay with me. I had issue with the Christian Bale voicing, just speaking one voice all the time.
Right.
Or if you're going to create a Batman voice, not that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I still don't think I've seen the third one where they had Tom Hardy as Bane. But I was like the only guy that was not completely in love with like Dark Knight Horizon when all that hit, and people were not happy with me. But I think like I was still, I really liked Tim Burton, the Batman and like Batman Returns, that art style, and then I don't know. It's weird. Like I don't know if it's in your brain. Kevin Conroy is like Batman.
Yeah. That's what I always think of. And he did that where he had like, and that's one of the things I loved about it was that he had like the Batman voice, and then he had his Bruce Wayne voice,
I think they'd never do it or anything, but they should test it out. Like what they do should have done. I don't think they can do it now because I think he passed away. But instead of that Christian Bale voice, whenever he's in the Batman suit, they should have just dubbed in Kevin Conroy, and that would have fixed everything.
Yeah, I would have loved that. And JP said, true, but Batman and Batman Returns set a theme. Batman and Robin shit on that theme.
Yeah, it did. Well, there was supposed to be a third one. The Tim Burton, that I think the way it was written and everything, it would have arced out into a trilogy. But then they made, I want to say, was it Batman Forever?
Yeah, with Val Kilmer.
And I like Val Kilmer, but I have always not liked that version of Two-Face at all. And I like Tommy Lee Jones and other stuff, but...
Yeah, me and my friends always said, like, Tommy Lee Jones could have been a really good Two-Face, but not that Two-Face,
Oh. And then why is he that color? because I don't know if that was in like, because in animated and the comics and stuff, I don't remember him ever being drawn that way.
Mm.
And then at the age I was at the time, I think the only thing I knew about Two Face was the blue one.
Yeah, yeah, from the animated
When we were
series.
kids. And so when he was like magenta, I was like, "What is this?" And then why is the mask playing? Like, I was because I was like, I don't know, 6 or 7.
Right.
But my mom took me to the movie theater to see that and the Batman and Robin one.
Mm.
And then later on, I was in a movie. They filmed the movie here, and I was an extra in a movie with George Clooney and got to meet him.
Oh, cool.
But at the time, though, it didn't hit me that like I'm meeting Batman. He was a Batman right before that. But people don't talk about it because that movie was so banned. But he did a decent job.
Yeah.
I thought Ben Affleck did a great job as Batman.
And I remember it was the same thing where it always happens every time they announce like a new actor, or like the fanboys always want to shit on it. You know, like I remember when before when Ben Affleck was first announced, everyone was like, Ben Affleck as Batman? This movie's gonna suck, you know? And it's like, we haven't even seen like pictures or a trailer or anything, you know?
No. I just always figure like if an actor's that good, if they've been nominated for other stuff or they've made other stuff that's great, like a good actor is gonna put his ability on the character that's written for him. And they do that with James Bond. Remember, they hated
exactly. Daniel Craig
before they saw the first movie,
because they were just like, he's blonde. James Bond is not supposed to be blonde, you know. And now he's like one of the most like well-loved Bonds, and it was the same thing with Heath Ledger as the Joker. You know, when that first got announced, everyone was like, Heath Ledger, the guy from Brokeback Mountain, you know. And then it was great, and everybody loves that Joker now, you know.
And I saw it, and I was like, the guy from Knight's Tale,
right. Exactly.
I was like, he's that guy. And then, you can't even. He did such a great job as a Joker that people have totally forgotten about Jack Nicholson trying to be the Joker.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like,
if you want to go on the opposite end, have you seen Cesar Romero's Joker with the painted over?
Yeah, with the mustache. Yeah.
That is terrible.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, he did his own version.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger, though, like that was a Joker that like I'm not getting a word for it, but like that was like a really psychopath. He did a great job.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that kind of became like the Joker for like that generation, pretty much, you know.
The one I'll tell you, and then I don't know if you read any of these books or not. I did not get into them, so I haven't read like a lot of them. But I just didn't like the route they went with it. Was it the Batman Who Laughs series?
Yeah, I haven't read it, but I've seen it around and stuff.
Yeah, I had a buddy. He got into that artwork and those storylines very quickly. Like he was an early adopter. I just never could get into any of that. I did not like it.
I thought the art looked cool from what I've seen of it, but yeah, I haven't read it.
Yeah, the art, some of it did look cool. And then like there was one, I had a friend, he really loved it, super dark and everything. There was like a version of the Joker where he like cut his face off or something, and then they created that character like Joker's daughter who wore his face as a mask.
Yeah, I think I remember that. That was weird.
Yeah, I was like, miss me with that. But I had a buddy that was like, the darker the better. He got into all that stuff. I think he read some of it, and I can't remember what I was interested in at the time, but it wasn't that. I was like, and everywhere I'd go, it would be everywhere. It was such a big event. And then so he'd walk into the store and they're like, have you seen what they're doing with Batman? I was like, oh yeah, I sure have, thanks. And I'd go right to something else. So, as soon as that guy would walk away, I'd go back to looking for whatever else but that. I wasn't having it.
I mean, it just goes to show, like, everyone's interpretation is someone's favorite, you know?
Oh yeah, and I'm sure I was probably the only person that had ever come in there and said like, "Hey, do you have any of the old when Howard Chaykin did The Shadow.
Yeah, and they're like, "What?
Who's the Shadow? You mean
Yeah."
like the Shadow of the Bat? You mean Man Bat?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
take
feel
me to
you.
Man Bat, and I'll find my way over.
Yeah.
But it's it's like you like what you like.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's like we were saying
So
earlier, like I try these days anyway, like I try not to be that guy who's like being all snobby about like people's opinions and stuff because it's like they're getting something out of it that I'm not.
I mean, that's the main thing. Like it's probably because we've gotten older and stuff, but I don't hold anything against anybody for liking up, especially with comics and stuff.
Yeah.
If that's what you're into and you love it,
Mm.
well, I'm all here for you.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then maybe every now and then, like, because we've had conversations and stuff, you can revisit something a little bit
Yeah.
later, or somebody's able to explain it to you in a certain way, and you're like, oh, when I look at it through that lens,
Yeah.
it makes more sense, and I can enjoy it better now.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, sometimes it's like with Stepco and everything, like, I just don't like that art. I can't deal with that. It ruins the story for me just because that's not the particular style of art that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
On some, but rarely do you see that. Usually if a book's got like really bad art, everything about that book tends to be bad.
Yeah.
usually a book is messed up as a whole.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. And there's a lot of books with great art and terrible stories.
Yes. But see, I can those are the ones that you just bag and frame.
Yeah, exactly. You just look at them. Yeah.
This cover is awesome. Don't even tell them what's inside it.
Yeah.
Or you remember, was that Marvel or DC? I think it was Marvel. I just remember when what was it? That guy came up with those characters like Snowflake and Safe Space.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, everything about these is awful. Like, I don't like this artwork. I don't know what he's trying to do with this.
It's very out of touch.
Yeah, like the names of the characters are bad. I don't think their powers were they just didn't seem like fully thought out and developed characters to me. And I think that those characters, in my opinion, were so bad that I think that the market that he was trying to reach,
exactly,
were a little offended.
Exactly, they didn't even like it because they could see it's like this is clearly just some like old guy who's just like trying to appeal to the youth.
Yeah, they were like they didn't like the art or the superpowers or the names either. They're like, why can't we just be? Can't you address this in a different way? Why can't you just make some really awesome characters and then?
Exactly.
It should be organic.
I agree.
You make a great character, and then this, and this, and this is just part of it.
Right, exactly.
Like the main thing is making a great character that people will enjoy. People don't want to be. It's not pandering, but it's like.
I know what you mean though. There's a way to like address those kinds of things because like comics and stuff have always been like in the 70s you had all the stuff about like drug abuse and all that like there's always been kind of pushing the envelope and trying to like address like social issues and that kind of thing but it's like there's a way to do it that feels less forced and kind of like unsubtle and just very like hello fellow children
Yeah, it's like what they did with I want to say Green Arrow. They addressed drug abuse and the problem, everything, but they had like great writers, great art, like that art. That story was all put together very well. It was like with the original Ironheart thing and everything. I think what a lot of people had an issue. I haven't seen the TV show version or anything, but I just remember the art on the book and all when the comic came out and everything. I had read other comics by that guy that were great, that I'd like his work on them. But, and then when people were starting coming for him and everything, then he let them know, he's like, well, I got him. He's an old white guy, but he has a black daughter.
Right.
And so he said, when I was, come up with a character and stuff, it's like I was trying to do something that I thought would appeal to my daughter and everything. And it's like, well, did you interview your daughter?
Right.
Did you talk to her?
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. I mean, that's the whole sort of thing with like, like people talk a lot about like representation and stuff, and I'm one of those people where it's like, like as a gay guy, like I don't care if like straight people or whatever are like writing about gay people. What matters to me is like that you have, I mean, because that's what writing is. It's about having the empathy to sort of like connect with somebody who's not yourself and to write about them, So it's like the fact that you're just kind of, as you say, I mean, you're just kind of jumping into it, not even trying to like interview the daughter or like learn anything about that experience, and then just kind of like, no, I can just do it, and then it comes off false and then people hate it.
Well, I mean, like it's the thing about like in today's world, it's not like it used to be and everything. So now, if you have a a black character or any kind of character, um, there is an artist or a writer from that demographic
Right.
that exists now. Like you can go to the source. There are young
Yeah.
black female artists and
Yeah, exactly.
that can co-write that
exactly.
with you. Like
yeah, exactly. It's not like this obscure thing where you have to like try to like figure it out. It's like, no, there's like tons of people in the industry, that you can talk to. Actually, kind of a
like successful known ones. Like
yeah,
it's a short list of people you can ask that everybody knows or that have done great work. And still they'll miss sometimes. But to me though, when I see certain stuff like that, I see it more as like it's a money grab. Like they're just trying to get another demographic or whatever this year's fad is. They're trying to put that in the book.
Yeah.
Hoping that somebody who's into that will buy this. Like they're not trying to they're not trying to tell a compelling story or make a character that's going to last. Like to me, some of those characters kind of felt like the fad. Like that character is not going to be evergreen.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because it's trying to capture such a specific moment that it's kind of like immediately dated,
Yeah, it doesn't have legs. Like it doesn't like, or certain things like, or when they get too specific with things like, if it's like a teenage black girl picks up that book 20 years or 30 years from now, it's not gonna hit.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "What's this?"
What's this? And then she's like, "Oh," and then
it has like no relation to like their lived experience and all that,
None. And then there's other characters that have been done right that she can easily pick that up. It's not that trope that like, oh, it so happens to be this, that, and the other, but it's I don't know. It just sometimes
I get you.
It's like it doesn't feel like they tried hard enough.
Yeah.
Or they tried too hard on the wrong, or like, don't they have like not beta readers, but it's like, how did this get to this level? Like nobody caught this before we published it and did a little.
Yeah.
Just made it better.
We didn't have like we didn't give anything a once over,
No, I mean, there's some stuff you've seen them. I can't remember them, but I mean, I remember back when I was still teaching. For an after-school program, I couldn't get my kids interested in reading books. So I usurped them. I went to the local library and I brought back I think some libraries will even let you do more if you're a teacher. They'll let you check out like 40 books. I think I brought back I hit multiple libraries. I think I got 14 from one and 11 from another. And then I had to bring them all home with me every night and then bring them all back. Like I had these giant heavy bags full of graphic novelizations of all kinds of books because my kids were mostly fifth grader and then some sixth and then like one fourth grader. But those kids would pick up like I had a bunch of girls, like one girl requested Babysitters Club or something like that. Well, there's tons of graphic novelizations of that book series now. I didn't know. She knew. And then I'd have a bunch of other ones. And the kids always requested stuff they knew I couldn't bring. So it would be like some bloody, gory, adult manga.
Right.
That's what they would request. And I go, I'm pretty sure by the name of that, I know that's not going to be something I can bring back. Um, and then like with the Hound of the Baskervilles and stuff, like there's graphic novelizations of tons of great literature and stuff now, and the new stuff that's fresh.
Yeah. So it's like whatever gets them interested, you know?
So like I think I've got a nephew. I think he just turned 12. I bet he's read everything ever written by Dave. I want to say Filkey, like Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Man, all that stuff.
Yeah, Captain Underpants.
Captain, he's read all that stuff. And I remember when Captain Underpants, that's when I first saw stuff. Oh, this is Captain Underpants guy. My nephew had never heard of that. It books now,
right?
Current ones. And I was like, oh, he's written other stuff you would like years ago. But I just hope that those kids will, like, he's one of them because we forced him. But I mean, if that's what it takes to get them interested in reading and learning about things, and that's what it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
I say this all the time. I'm just happy people are reading. You know.
It's so bizarre what you got to do to like make them read. Like I swear, I can't remember what the bribes and stuff were, but like they would want you to bribe them and stuff. Like, oh, I'll do this, that, and the other, but you got to give me candy first. And I was like, this. Even hearing you say that sounds creepy to me. Yeah. Like, what's Mr. West doing? Mr. West's got a briefcase full of different kinds of candy.
Right.
He's bringing to his elementary students.
I get you. You're talking about sort of, sort of like, like sort of embarrassing or just bad comics. JP said, is there an era of comics that you feel are an embarrassment? Like, is there a specific era that like you just have like you don't like or whatever, you know?
That era when they put out that terrible book I just mentioned. What was that guy's name? I want to say that writer artist's name was Kibblesmith or something like that. The era that gave that guy a job in comics was a dark day. Other books. I can't remember it now, but it was known characters, but the art style I could not deal with. It looked like they redid a whole book and did it with like light colored pencils and stuff. And they it was when they were making a bunch of the all ages books, and I was like, I don't know what that is. And so somebody showed it to me, and it was when they had basically taken like it'd be, stuff like something we love, and then totally dumbed it down and made it really kid-like, like small child artwork, and then the artwork wasn't well done, and the stories were like phoned in, and
I think I've seen some of those. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, and then they were charging like outrageous prices for it. It'd be something about maybe this size or smaller, which is not huge. This is awesome for many different reasons. But this with terrible art and a poor storyline for no less than $25.
Yeah, no way.
I mean, just like, why are you doing that to kids or their parents? Like some poor kid having to save up their own money to get a terrible version of this with bad art. I just think this is not, I thought that was unacceptable. Like, I would be glad for it to pay $25 for it if it was
really good, yeah.
Yeah, if the art was, on this level, or like this awesome page.
Yeah, I love those.
I mean, the art, it doesn't even matter how good the writing is in these books.
They're just nice to look at.
I mean, look at this. He's got his finger in his mouth.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's brutal.
This looks painful. The teeth are there. he's not bleeding because he's Luke Cage. And I love what about Luke Cage is with this character.
Mm.
It depends who the writer is, or sometimes it's like story to story. But his skin goes from being bulletproof to being this to being that. Like his powers, the level of his powers
Right.
changes. But I mean, for like a while there, like I want art that's at least this good,
Yeah, I get you.
and it just seems for like more recently in like the last 10 years or so, um, they've been doing things differently, and I just like I don't know. I was an artist in a different way. Like I never had like super artistic talent as far as drawing and stuff, but I did make music.
Mm.
And it's like I was always, and still am, very particular about something coming out of me and going into a microphone, especially
Yeah.
if it's going to be recorded.
Mm.
Or like as a musician, if we had to do a performance somewhere, I was like, if somebody paid money to get
Oh yeah.
into a club or a venue of some kind and hear me and my band sing or make music, I was going to make sure that everybody was rehearsed,
Mm.
that the people that were instrumentalists, they played their parts correctly, like we were going to have them down, and that the notes were going to be correct. Because I was like, these people have taken time
Yeah.
and their hard-earned money to see us, and
Yeah,
so
you want to
like,
make
to
sure you're
put
getting
out
their
a
money's
bad
worth.
book. Yeah, so I've just seen comics, and I was like, these poor kids are being pandered to, and they're not getting their money's worth. Like some of those all ages books, it's like those are parents that are trying to get their kids into comics, and for that comic to just not be good,
Right.
then maybe that kid doesn't like comics.
Exactly, and then they think this. Oh well, this is what comics are. I'm not going to read anymore. You know.
Oh, well, this is dumb, and I can draw better than this. And it's like, well, yeah, you know what? You maybe can. You want to make your own comics? I was that on. Like,
Yeah.
like this, or let's do something constructive with it. But I don't know any of them that you saw as like a really um,
I was never really a fan of like I like a lot of '90s comics, but I was never a fan in general of that whole thing in the '90s where like everything was like the super gritty like art styles, or everyone's like huge and they've all got like massive like veins, and it's like the Rob Liefeld type stuff, like.
Well, I was thinking that when you were remember the pouches?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. So a dark day for comics. Anytime the era when before Rob Liefeld quit drawing feet.
Yeah, exactly.
And this one, this is almost an offender. That is kind of a Rob Liefeld foot right there. You can probably, I'm sure there's like whole Reddits and stuff devoted to it, but Rob Life, like here it is, like feet should be kind of proportional. Like these here.
Yeah.
Rob Liefeld could not do that.
Yeah.
And he'll tell you that in an interview. You remember his is he on here? I don't think I have it on here. I don't. I kind of do. This is we'll flip it. That's Captain America right there. Do you remember some of the Rob Liefeld?
Oh yeah, like there's that famous one where he's got a chest like this.
Oh my gosh! And then his feet are like this.
Yeah.
And remember the one? I cannot remember her name. But it was kind of like a knockoff of the John Burns She-Hulk, which are great books, great art. Him drawing her hair alone is worth the price of admission. But there was an era in like the late 80s and the 90s, and this chick, her spine is like
oh, I think I've seen that one.
You know what I'm talking
it's
about?
Literally it's like an S curve.
Yeah, it's like that is not even scoliosis. That is anatomically impossible.
And like they've got waists like this big around,
Yes. And then Oh, who were some of the offenders? I hate to even do it because the artist is wonderful. He's one of my favorite comic book artists. Steve Butler
Mm.
did some. Steve Butler was the artist. He's done a ton of work for the Archies.
Mm.
I mean Archie
Yeah,
Comics.
yeah.
He back when Sonic the Hedgehog first had a comic, he did
Yeah.
a lot of those from the onset, and then he also did a lot of the artwork, like Clone Wars era Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
And he still does commissions and stuff. He's been to a Comic Con in my neck of the woods a few times. He's like the out here. He's the nicest guy, and he's got a young daughter, and she's a comic book artist now, and they've done things together
Sweet.
for Archie Comics, and she's good. She's got her own style, her own fans and stuff, which is awesome. But I want to say he did like Lady Death
Mm.
back in the day, and it was like that early '90s, like the super boobs, like
Yeah, yeah.
and like you said, the waist is like this, and the giant hair, and everything's super sexualized for no reason at all.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
and also the whole thing about like the sort of '90s era that like I was never into is like that was when it was all about like the collecting, you know, and so like everything had like a million variant covers and like the hollow foil and you know.
well, you remember it? That's when they started this business.
Yeah, first issue.
First would be bigger, and like, oh, it's like, yeah, get the first issue. They didn't tell you they were only going to make seven of these.
Right, and it's not gonna like go anywhere.
No, and it's like,
It's like it's issue one. It could be valuable someday, you know.
yeah, absolutely not. I don't. I mean, I wish, but no, I don't think so. But yeah, they were doing that. I mean, I just picked out some random ones, and I've got, yeah, and it's something that they kept doing. See,
Mm.
that's this is '99. I
Mm.
want to say they started doing that first thing back around the creation of Image. So was that
Yeah.
like '94?
Yeah, something like
Well,
that.
this is March of 2007.
And they still have the big one.
I guarantee if we walked into a comic shop anywhere today,
mm.
they're probably still doing that.
Yeah.
Um, and then I'm just like, anybody that's into collecting and stuff, I'll teach you something real easy right here. Okay. If you go and they're trying to sell you something for a ton of money, and it's got that on there, and it's like a price that's close to what something would cost now, ones that are usually worth money, not that this is worth any money,
Hmm.
but 20 cents.
Right, exactly.
What makes something worth money is condition
Hmm.
and rarity. I'm not sure what year this is. This could be from the 70s, I want to say. But I mean, it's just like even this is tricky because this is, you would think this is, well, I mean, time has passed, so this is old,
Hmm.
but it's not super old. This is was 40 cents when it was new, but this is only from 1980.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Comics that are worth a fortune are pre-war,
Yeah,
pre-World War
exactly.
II.
It's just,
And you can't find, what was it, that guy, what did a guy buy Action Comics number one
yeah.
not too long ago for $15
Yeah,
million
something
dollars?
crazy like that.
When we were kids, I remember the day when it made national news when a guy bought that same book for $1 million,
Hmm.
and people thought that that was
Right.
obscene and outrageous and would never
Exactly.
happen again.
Nope.
Um,
Be right back. I need the bathroom again. Hang on.
gotcha. Next up, yeah, this is I'll do a video at some point. This just in. like still wrapped. This book shaped my childhood. One of my all-time favorite books. This is the hardcover version. In the original in paperback was the Mammoth Book of Pulp Fiction. There are so many great short stories by great authors. This is the famous pulp cover. I want to say it's from the story Inner Scarface, but I could be wrong. That story is in here. If ever you see this author, uh, Maxim Jakubowski, if you ever see his name on anything, it's usually top quality. He's a writer of detective fiction and all kinds of fiction in his own right, and very good stuff.
All right. JP asked earlier, was there a comic that you read where the plot twist was so bad you exclaimed out loud or threw the book in rage? I can't think of any off the top of my head.
You know, I'm so different that I do so much research before I go out there to like buy a book.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, well, here's one. I was super surprised when I opened this one. I didn't throw it or anything, but when I found out that the Executioner was the villain, and then it had absolutely nothing to do with the cover. Now, I've done that. I can't tell you how many books, how many comics that I've gotten where what was on the inside had absolutely nothing to do with the cover art. And what's great is when the cover art, the best is when they go get a hitter. It's like, I don't know who did this one, but like the guy that does the cover sometimes, it'll be in one style and it'll be a comic book artist who's like never done any art for Batman, never will. He's nowhere inside it. He's never been associated. I mean, there's been ones where they've had people that, I can't even think of it right now, but it was like when they kind of with Nova, not that this one, but like whoever's the hot hand at the time. Like maybe this year they had Larson doing a ton of covers on a ton of different things because I think around this era he was he was Spider-Man for a bit. And so when like Spider-Man's your biggest book, they'll take something from your biggest book and then they'll put that guy on all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Trying to do cross-pollinization to make money. And if anybody doesn't know, I don't have it here. Maybe later I will. Anybody that know, this is the guy that did Savage Dragon, one of the co-founders of Image Comics. Down here,
Eric Larson.
Eric Larson. Oh, and have you ever seen him draw? I don't know if he ever fixed it, but somebody's got to go on YouTube and look for it. How he holds his, is it like this or like that? He does not. This is not a thing for him. He's taught himself how to do this recently.
Really?
But when he's learning how to draw and everything, you got to find it.
Yeah, I'll look that up. I didn't know that.
How he holds and to get that level of detail in his art, as good as his art is, the way he holds a pen, it's insane.
Yeah,
but that's how he writes, draws, everything. None of his school teachers stopped him 50 years ago and showed him the. I don't even know what they call this, but when I was a kid, I had to do this in kindergarten.
Yeah, no, I never learned how to do that properly either. I don't have a pen on me. I'll just grab this lighter. Yeah, I hold my pencils like this.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. That's just how I got used to it. But I also don't write it by hand as much as I used to, so it doesn't really make much of a difference these days.
Oh. Well, I mean, have you seen the kids' handwriting nowadays? Oh man, you'll feel awesome about yours. When you look at theirs.
Yeah,
it's not a thing anymore because like they do work on computers and stuff now. Like they probably all type faster. Well, not faster than you, but faster than me for sure. I'm better. I don't do this anymore.
Mm.
Like I can get it on with all my fingers now. But the oh man, I remember I had a job once, and this guy was he had graduated high school and everything, and like so this is an adult,
Mm.
and we had to write a note to a customer, and I saw his handwriting, and I was like, "You're sending that to the customer?" I was like, and he's like, "Yeah, I know my handwriting's bad," and I was like, "Bad is not the word. They're gonna think I brought my kid to work with me. This is
Is that bad?
yeah, like I offered to help him like with it and stuff. I was like, no, you could do it like this. And it's like, yeah, I know. He just didn't care at all. He did not want to get better.
It works for them.
It was not working.
No.
You couldn't read it. It was like,
Okay, oh, okay then.
I was like, I hope this lady doesn't call us. Like, what the hell did you put on my package? I don't know what this said.
Good.
Then I'd have picked up the phone and gone like, well, that's our new manager. He wasn't, but that's what I was going to tell. They had a new manager every 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It's getting pretty late. It's 10:30 here, and I know it's probably like what, past midnight for you.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No worries over here.
Yeah,
I appreciate you so much for facilitating.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, it's been fun. I'm getting a little tired though, so I'm gonna wrap it up if that's all right. We've been going for almost 3 hours now.
Oh wow! Next time we'll set timers or something. I really appreciate any and every because I can't see them yet.
Yeah.
But any and everybody that tuned in, everybody asked really great questions.
Yeah, thank you everyone for coming in and asking questions and everything. It's awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I know a lot of people were saying, like they're not really into comics, but hopefully like we piqued someone's interest, And obviously any of my friends, who are watching, I have plenty of comics if you want to read them. So,
Yeah, well, next time we'll do books and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But then we'll punish them in some other kind of way.
Yeah,
most obscure books they've never heard of.
Yeah, exactly. We'll figure something out. All right.
Thank you so much, Jesse. It's been great.
Thank you. It's been great talking to you, and I hope you have a good night. Talk to you later. Yeah. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.